Hey everyone, I'm Alexis the Egoqueen. Love me, I know you do. And welcome to the 1-year anniversary of Adeptus Podcastus, and we are doing this live. Once again, I am joined by Michael and Remlays from... You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Oh, I thought you were still in the middle of doing your introduction, so I left you to it.
Of course you did. I'm joined by Michael from Tactical Imperialis and Remlays from 40k Theories. We've been doing this for a year, guys. And Michael is still alive.
I know.
But he hasn't said your intro yet.
I know.
You got Duncan to say it, so why can't Michael?
Because I'm me, and that's just what I do. That's just how I roll. Screw you.
It's because he's French.
I'm not French. I speak French, but I'm not French.
Okay, calm down there, Frenchie. No, just kidding. Obvious joke is obvious.
I mean, to be honest, if you'd done the intro another way round, I'd have probably opened up speaking French, but it didn't quite work, so I just didn't do it. But never mind.
Of course. So, before we actually get started with the actual podcast, in the news, questions, and our rants and junk and whatever, let's talk about what we did in this year. This year's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Indeed.
Let's start off with our favorite little skeleton, Remlays.
Hello. Hello. Don't really know what to say in this regard. Channel's grown massively thanks to everyone's support, and pretty much that's what I've really done.
Well, okay, all right. I know a few highlights from this year for you. You actually got confirmation that Mala is canon.
That's a lie! I came here just to say that!
Oh, hello.
And now I'm here. I'm going to make you question your sexuality, your life decisions, your religion, and also make you think Thunderpsyker is really, really gay.
We knew that anyway.
By the way, we are joined by past guest, the TTS crew.
This is an open lobby, so people will be coming and going very much at random.
I think
if you don't know who I am the Fresh Sorcerer. I voice many people, but I also voice the man who diddles your butthole while you sleep.
Carl.
Yeah, like the Fresh Cast is just a really impressive one-man show.
I knew it.
Carl unfortunately couldn't be here today because I assume I'm diddling his butthole in some country that he is in.
Of course. Dear. Of course this is happening.
Yeah, and the chat is responding with, "Oh my god, it's begun."
You made this decision. You made this bed. Now I'm coming to sleep with you in it.
I'm okay with that.
You should be.
Pain.
And also, as far as introductions goes, my name is Thunderpsyker. I voice the Captain General, the Adeptus Custodes, and if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device. I also have a YouTube channel, and it's very annoying that you talked about what you did in a year, because I've done nothing in one.
One of all two of you when?
Here's the thing. When you told me this was happening today, I spent the entire day working on that. To be like, maybe it will be done by the end of the day. No.
No. Just no.
Nah.
Oh dear.
But anyway, back to what we've accomplished in a year.
Yeah, it's been a...
Michael.
Oh, right, I thought you were going to say something. Yeah, it has been a very good year. I've gone from 1,500 to 11 to about... I've got about 10 times over this year. I had the Legion's Lore series, which has been amazing. I've started streaming properly, which is great.
You need to fix those thumbnails, Boo. They are atrocious.
Yeah, my thumbnails are crap. Deal with it. They're
no,
not
just fix them.
Define fix.
Just take a still shot of Tacta Imperialis, just put live stream under it, and then a number, and then just do that for your thumbnail.
Oh, the live stream thumbnails. I thought you meant my thumbnails generally. Sorry.
No. Your thumbnails generally are really nice.
All right. Yeah, the live stream ones are very basic. But
You want
that's
me to
just...
make you one?
It's fine. I'll sort it.
That was
Okay.
a shot of pure fire. Anyway, cannonball is not my friend. A fireball. Anyway.
But yes, very good year. And the podcast has definitely played a massive role in that. I certainly think I wouldn't be anywhere near where I'm at without it. So, really good.
As for me, I've grown by 5,000 subscribers up to 7,000 subscribers now, which is massive for me. I started out like that little YouTuber. Like these two were already getting big by the time that I started. Like Remlay's had 25. No, you had about 1,000 at the time.
You said you've gone up 5,000 to 7,000 this year, right?
Yeah.
You started this year bigger than me because I had 1,500 when we started a year ago.
I mean, started Adeptus Podcastus. Whoops,
Yeah,
sorry
I had
about all the motorcycles
1,500.
in the back.
Yeah, I had 1,500. So I think you might. I think you might actually have been slightly larger than me when we started. I'm not sure.
I don't know, maybe. Hormones do that. But anyway, jokes aside, that was a bad joke, by the way.
That was out of flipping nowhere.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Why are you apologising?
That's just me, okay?
Sometimes you have to apologize for the mistakes of others because you don't know what else to do in the room.
It's very true. One of the
Is anyone here a
highlights-
doctor? I'm sorry.
One of the
I
highlights
know
of this
pharmacy.
year.
Does that count?
I could end up with a doctorate, but
I mean, I'm basically the same person as Dr. White, so I guess that counts.
yeah,
No,
where
you're
is he,
not.
by the way?
You don't shit post every day and you have opinions.
Dr. White can't make it. He's got a family gathering.
Well, tell his family to get in here.
Hey man, that guy was on the radio at his like local station at one point talking to his dad, and that was surprising to listen to.
Oh my
Well, there you
god. No, so one of the one thing that I really liked about this year was I did get to voice act for TTS. I thought that was really cool. Remley started his series Quest for Knowledge, which features my demon character. We got all this amazing artwork done of each of our characters, except for Michael.
Yeah, still here.
And
Not complaining.
You've,
but-
you've seen the concept art.
And I still
Yeah.
haven't
Which is
killed
awesome.
Michael. And I want to set this straight. Everybody thinks that me and Michael don't like each other. Like, I read this online all the time, that me and Michael just fight each other all the time. And here's what it is.
It turns out they're dating.
No, we're not.
No.
No, Michael, nothing against you, but I don't date fish people. Anyway, I mean, you have a shot with Kitten. He's here.
No comment.
Funny.
You see, I can smash that ship much like an iceberg smashing the Titanic, in that Thunderpsyker is in a committed relationship with a mysterious being from another country.
That's a good point.
Okay.
See, there you go. You have a chance, Michael.
You don't have a chance because that mysterious being also has 2 penises.
That's a lie.
That's
don't know that.
amazing. Is it Fulgrim?
You don't. Fulgrim has
You
as
wouldn't have
many
2.
penises.
You'd have more than that.
Fulgrim,
No, he'd
Fulgrim
have
has
2.
as many
He's a snake.
penises. No, he can have as many penises as Fulgrim wants.
No, fair enough.
Because Fulgrim has to feel like a special little pretty princess because he
Yeah.
just wants
Whoa,
to be
whoa, whoa, whoa,
special.
whoa, whoa. You do not talk shit about my babe, Fulgrim. That girl
His
is on
name's
fire.
Primarch.
Are you cheating on Magnus?
You son of a bitch! I hate you!
I'm gonna tell Zegrum.
Wait, why am I defending this? Stop it!
We have the artwork to prove it.
No, we don't. Shut up, Remlace. You're not helping.
That's the point.
Remlius isn't here to help. He's here to fan the flames. To burn this all down. To derail
I thought you
this
were
train into a fucking orphanage.
I thought you were about to say that Remlaze is here to fap.
Remlace is always fapping. That's his secret.
That's my
Is it
secret.
really? Is it really a secret? I've always suspected that.
Well, no, it's kind of like Area 51, where he just kind of tells everybody and gives them all the information so no one believes him. Highlights of the year, by the way.
Going to Area 51.
Anyway, I did get to meet Duncan also. That was fucking awesome.
And he did your intro, and Michael still won't do it.
Yeah, Michael, do my intro.
Nope.
Just do the intro.
Nope.
Just say, I'm Michael.
Nope.
Love
Nope.
me. I know you do. Just
Nope.
just do it. Just come on, please.
Nope.
Come on, make the year.
So wait,
This
did
is-
you get Duncan to say I'm Michael?
No, I got Duncan to say, hello, I'm Duncan, and then he kind of forgot and kind of winged it, but he did try. I also got Dave from Mini Wargaming to say part of it.
I've got.
Who's
Sorry,
going?
I've got this image of him saying hi, I'm Duncan, and then forgetting why he's there and just walking off.
That's essentially what happened.
Actually, you know, that video got fucking demonetized?
Oh.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, because I didn't... they put a copyright claim on it because of the music I used, which if you go down in the description of that video, you'll see it's actually sourced to the person who put a copyright claim against me. And I'm just like, what are you guys doing? Like, stop it. Stop it.
Get some help.
Time
The only-
to stop.
The only video I've got where I'm not able to monetize it, even though I don't already, is an unlisted video from 2012. And that's only because it contains a completely unedited cut of an ELO song.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah, to be fair, I've been seeing other things of people getting demonetized or whatever, but either I have been completely unaffected by it or it just hasn't hit me yet.
I think
Same here.
I think it's botted and it hits people in waves because Alpha one day woke up, looked at his YouTube and was like, "Oh, all the money's gone."
Speaking of, where is Alpha? Get his ass in here.
Alpha's being a mysterious what elf, I would imagine.
I could always message him. I think he's rendering one of his own videos at the moment, so we might not get him on here.
That sounds like a whole
Okay.
lot of his problem. Bring him in.
Okay.
I don't even think he's in a Skype group, though.
No, he's not,
Summon him.
because the only people who are in this chat are the people who've been in before, with one exception who has since left the group.
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
talk about him
No, we
because I assume that he is a gay boy, but not in the good way.
Quite
don't. No,
possibly.
Fresh, but sure, whatever.
It's because he's professional.
You know
Hey.
who else is professional? My fucking dick.
I'm technically a professional.
Does that mean your dick wears a tuxedo?
Look, my dick can wear whatever my dick wants.
I'm kind of impressed. I need pics to prove
Okay.
it.
I'm fairly certain if I did that, I would get in a lot of trouble.
I tell you what, should we just do the news?
What?
Well,
if-
the next piece of art's going to be fresh summoning Alexis.
What would even come of that? Oh, fuck,
No.
I just said the word
Rule
cunt.
Don't even start this. We're making Michael
It'll be freeway with
uncomfortable.
Magnus.
I'm used to it at this point. I'm past caring.
Michael, if it is any consolation, even I'm not sure what would happen, and I have a very vivid imagination about things. Ask Thunderpsyker.
Shall we just move on?
Today
Yeah.
in the news, YouTube demonetization continues to hit people who don't actually do anything for a living in cosplay, and Alphabusa, who is a mysterious wood elf in Sweden. Today with consultant Remlays, we ask him why YouTube is being a fucking stupid piece of shit idiot about this. Remlays, what are your thoughts on the matter?
Because not enough people are wearing hats.
And there you have it, from economic consultant Remlays, who roleplays an inquisitorial dinosaur, I guess. I don't fucking know what his skull is. We
It's
move
whatever I
on.
want it to
I,
be.
I like how you say that when I have the business degree. Like, I've studied
We
economics.
move on to Sussex native Thunderpsyker in Northumbria about his opinion on the Jews.
That was Norwich.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, right, I guess.
We have a comment really quickly that says, bring Arch into this. No, I
No.
fucking can't stand him. There,
Oh,
it's
okay.
been said. I don't like him.
Haven't we already established this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one likes them.
Do you guys want to just go straight onto the news?
Yeah, let's actually. I just want to bring something up before we move on. 40k is 30 years old this year, by the looks of it. And
Merry Christmas! Oh,
and
wait,
in-
wrong.
And in celebration, Warhammer Community has been posting a series of top 5 articles. Now, I want to draw attention to one of them because it is the top 5 rivalries in Warhammer 40,000. Take a
Right.
guess what. If you haven't seen it, take a guess. What do you think the top 5 are? Just go for it.
Azrael and...
Gazgul and Yarick.
Well, Gazgul and Yarick have to be on there.
I'm going to say Lehman Russ and Magnus is on there somewhere.
The Space Wolves and the Thousand Suns are cumulatively at 2.
Horus and the Emperor.
No.
Me and the Tau.
At number 5, the Ultramarines and the Word Bearers.
Yeah, that makes sense. I just got done reading that book. It was really fucking brutal.
At
Okay.
number 4, the Imperial Fists and the Iron Warriors.
Yeah, that's a good
But
one
yeah,
too.
I
guess.
said that, yeah.
At number 3, the Eldar and Slanesh.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bigger one than Word Bearers and Ultramarines, because that's like an entire race and not just a footnote of a colossal race, you know?
It's like
Yeah.
the Craft Worlds, the Dark Eldar, and the Exodites, even though no one remembers the Exodites.
Hey, I
hard.
love the Exodites. Fucking
They were
calling all
awesome. They were
Dino
awesome,
Riders.
At number 2, the Space Wolves and the Thousand Suns.
Yeah, with
At
all the
number
new
1.
lore.
At number 1, the Alpha Legion and the Inquisition.
Excuse
Wait,
me,
what?
bitch. Hold on.
I shit
Wait,
you
what?
not. I shit you
News
not.
to me.
Yeah, I can see it.
I
Yeah,
don't see...
that's-
I was going to say, I don't see where the rivalry comes in there. Like, they're on the opposite
thought
ends of the
it'd be-
spectrum, but is it just like the Alpha Legion, like, screw you, we're going to blow up more planets?
I thought it was just going to be more the Alpha Legion against the Alpha Legion or something stupid like that, because
Well,
they
there's
got
one-
Iron Nefarious team.
One of their jokey ones is Khan the Betrayer and anyone standing next to Khan the Betrayer.
Yo, Karn the Betrayer and fucking Celestine. Oh, wait.
Yeah, he killed Celestine.
I'm still pissed
Yeah.
about that.
I just wanted to draw attention to that because I read it and I was like, what? Where is Gazkul and Yarick in this?
Yeah, that should have been on there.
In probably more important news, the Death Guard are back.
Holy
they've got less
shit,
now.
are they back?
Mortal wounds for everything.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. No,
Yay.
I find this amusing. I found this amusing because you guys know that I play a more competitive 40k than most people. I'm a tournament player.
Oh yeah.
And I find it amusing that Death Guard they lose out to swarm armies, but they're also extremely good against swarm armies.
So
I
their
just find that
weakness is-
really amusing right now.
So they're weak to swarms, but also strong against swarms, which is just what the fuck?
It boils down to who gets turn one and who deployed poorer than the other one.
Okay, so it's one of those battles that goes either way.
Pretty much.
So basically, roll off to who wins the game. Fun.
I love it.
It's like how
And Typhus is getting a
What?
new
Roll
model.
one dice, win the game. That's not fun.
That is fun. Clearly, you've never been to a tournament.
No,
That's-
I don't have a problem with competitive gaming. I don't. But when the game boils down to roll one dice, and whoever wins wins the game on one roll off, if that's the difference, then no.
No,
That's
then you're
crap.
not deploying properly, Michael.
I'm putting deployment aside. You said apart from deployment, it's whoever gets first turn, right?
Yes, they usually level half the opponent's army. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
So what? You roll one dice, and then you win the game.
Actually, it's ITC, and whoever finishes deploying first gets +1 to their roll off.
Yeah, that's how Chapter Approve's going to do it. But you roll one dice, and if you win that roll off, you win the game.
I don't see a problem with this.
I do, but fine. We've had this argument before, and it gets us nowhere.
So, highlights of the year: this argument between me and Michael.
about rolling one dice.
I just have a way of I want my games to go long. I love games that go long and are really close, right down to turn 5, 6, 7. Games that end on turn 1 to me are just not amusing. So
I don't think
There you
you've
go.
ever played Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic or any TCG game.
Hey,
no,
hey, look,
I haven't.
look.
But that's not what I like. That's fine.
Hey,
Yu-Gi-Oh's not fun.
No, it isn't.
unless you're just making dumb decks of like, I'm gonna make a deck made entirely of frogs. Like it's not a very fun
As
game.
a man who plays Yu-Gi-Oh regularly with a guy who's really, really good at it, that shit isn't fun unless you use maximum cheese.
Yeah, exactly. It's only fun when you win, and no.
But that's the thing about competitive play, is that it's really cutthroat, and you need to use the cheese, and you need to use things that would get you punched in the face.
I have no problem with people cheesing their lists. I really don't. Like, if I'm playing a fluffy list and someone cheeses me, I'm annoyed, but I have no problem with putting cheese up against cheese. My problem comes when the game is decided by basically one dice roll, not when it's actually up to actual skill and tactics and anything that's not deployment.
Skill and tactics. Deploying.
Yeah, if
That's a strategy.
There is a very big strategy to deploying.
So
and now, if you don't
your...
deploy properly, you are done.
Yeah, I know. This is my point. So even if you're ever so slightly worse at deploying than your opponent, it doesn't matter how much better you are at maneuverability. It doesn't matter how much better you are at setting up kill zones. It doesn't matter how much better you are at capping objectives. You just lose.
Yes.
That's not fair.
That's not fair.
That's not
if
fun.
You're bad, if you're worse than your opponent,
no, I didn't say bad.
You get punished.
If your opponent is a deployment god, so if your opponent is a god at deployment, even if you're really, really good, if your opponent is just a god at deployment, you can't beat them.
Well,
That
I mean, at
makes
that
them a
point,
better
it's just
player.
like at that point, you I hate to be that guy, but you just have to get good.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be a dick, but also like that's the nature of the beast.
I understand. I do understand to an extent. It's like nothing else matters is what bothers me. It's not that, my opponent is better at deploying so they have an advantage. It's my opponent is better than deploying at me. They could be shit at the game, but if they're good at deploying, they'll beat me. That I don't like. It's not if they're a better player than me and they beat me, fine. But if they're a better deployer than me and I'm a better player than them and they just beat me because they're better at one thing, then that's annoying, and that I don't like. I'd much rather the game be about an all-round tactical skill set than just, your opponent is a god at deploying and shit at the game, but it doesn't matter because they deploy better, so they just win. No. Sorry.
I mean, I'm kind of out of my depth here because I'm not a fucking tabletop guy. I'm a lore and video game guy because I'm a filthy fucking casual.
To be fair, I'm mostly a lore guy. It's just like what I appreciate about games is when your tactical skill matters and you get punished for your mistakes, but then you can capitalize on other things, and sometimes the dice do and don't go your way. And it comes down to the last set of maneuvers and trying to outthink your opponent on turns 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, planning ahead. But if it's just, your opponent is better at deploying than you, you lose, no matter how much better you are at the game.
Ahead.
If your opponent is a god at deploying, how can you plan ahead?
By seizing the initiative!
So you have a 1 in 6 chance of not losing. Great.
Oh my god, this is so silly.
Will you two just kiss already?
Okay, but deployment, right? How viable is to deploy your army to spell out the word fuck?
Are you rolling Slanesh or not?
Yes.
It's a pretty valuable strategy. Actually, that would file under castling, which is very good deployment.
What would you have to like? What would you do? Would you spell fuck vertical or horizontal?
Yeah,
well,
that's
so
the thing.
long as you have 6
either
inches,
position.
you got it.
Yeah, either position, like could that be viable? Like you take the kind of like archway in the K, and you put that at the front, so it's like a funnel for the tyranids to all fall in and die, or something.
Stop
I don't
fighting,
know.
Mommy and Daddy. See, Michael, you're upsetting the kids.
Don't call anyone in this stream daddy, please.
Oh, Daddy.
Or mommy, for that matter, now I think about it.
Okay, Uncle
All
Fresh.
right, calm down.
You son of a bitch.
Alright, I'm done. Alright, fine, I'm done.
I'm gonna fucking fly to Britain and I'm gonna fucking punch you in the face.
Except I'm not in Britain right now. But
Not
good
you,
luck.
Thunderpsyker.
Good luck, motherfucker. I'm behind 1,500 pound lands.
I don't fucking care about your British pounds. I have the almighty dollar.
I will smother you in beer.
I will smother you and George Washington.
Why is everybody fighting?
I don't know.
It's I just
The best
Oh, it's
part.
Sniper Wibber here.
The best part is me and Michael finished our fight, and then they started. So now it's
Joining
now it's yours
is
and Michael's.
Actual. Now joining us is actual real Matt Ward.
Hey, I can't help what my name is.
All right, so
You
that's
can
Snipe
though.
and-
You can change it in the Skype.
Wait, that's Snipe and Web, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's us.
Hey, I finally get to
We
hear your
didn't
voice.
think we've been on this podcast enough, so we thought we'd come in again to really, just
All right,
wear
so-
out our welcome.
So it's your turn to fight with Remlays. He hasn't fought
Okay,
yet.
okay. Battenberg, you motherfucker.
Yeah, when you leave your Battenberg, your,
Yeah.
your 10,000 subs
Okay,
special.
this is my fucking question. Now that you're actually both in the same fucking room, I've seen you two fucking maul each other over a fucking cake. What the
Okay.
fuck is wrong with you?
Okay, that is not just a fucking cake, okay? That is a declaration of evil and hate.
This
That
is
is
food. This is M&S food.
Oh my god.
Daddy
Battenberg is
Alexis
shit.
and Mummy Michael. That was a comment.
I'm gonna send you Battenberg from M&S now, just to
What?
see how
Okay.
that goes.
All right. Now
Okay,
I
fuck
do
it.
have a legit question about this cake though. Is it kind of like the same thing with Americans and fruitcake, where we just hate it, but we give it to
Okay,
each other?
Fruitcake is amazing, though.
Fruitcake's fine.
Yeah, it's delicious.
No, it isn't.
Then again, we can't speak because I'm from the UK and it's been declared that we do not have taste buds.
Well, yeah, you
It
don't.
has, but
Oh, no, you
also
guys
like
like figure out things, that's
I'm
pretty
just
gross.
genuinely curious as to why this fucking cake is tearing us all apart.
It's not tearing me apart.
It's the worst thing in the world. Okay, so it's like sponge, which is like, okay, sponge, that's okay. I'd say that's neutral on like, no, that's neutral good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Then there's jam. Okay, we're getting a bit chaotic. Chaotic neutral.
I've never had jam in Battenberg.
No, that's what joins the Satan cube. Because-
Isn't it more of like a fondant thing?
No, what's
No.
surrounding it is chaotic evil, marzipan.
Yeah, that's...
And I'm sorry, fuck
is
marzipan.
What the hell is
It's
that?
like-
The devil's.
Again,
I hate it.
marzipan is like a kind of like candy thing. It's a
It's
candied
not.
thing.
Isn't it made...
Torture device. It's horrible.
Isn't it made from almonds or something?
Hmm. You know what's also made from almonds? Arsenic, probably. I'm not a chemist.
Well, cyanide smells of it, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay, but look, I will fucking resolve this fucking problem by just send me the fucking cake. I'll eat it.
I can't do that to you because that will literally destroy your life.
I
Oh,
think
well.
technically sending it to another country is a crime.
It is a war crime. Yeah, the
Look,
UK
look,
I want
and
to feel your teeth grind
look,
against every
look,
individual
look.
granule of sugar.
Look, you sweet summer child. I live in America. We destroy ourselves with food every single day.
you
Yeah,
know
you
that's
thrive,
true.
so.
I've had Twinkies and they are literally gut rot.
There's fucking
Yo,
Carl's
whoa,
Jr.
whoa. You do not fuck with Twinkies. They can survive a nuclear apocalypse.
There is a Carl's Jr. over the hill where I live. And Carl's Jr. is the place where they decide to take the humble hamburger and turn it into an abomination of science.
A Battenberg cake?
Elaborate.
Okay,
A
on their
Battenberg-
menu, they have something that is pork barbecue ribs on a bun with coleslaw and bacon and 2 beef patties.
Oh my god.
The
And they
cake
call it the
is from
smokehouse.
Seed Sent
They
to
call it the
cause
smokehouse
chaos.
special. And
I
they
think
call
getting
it.
bit by a rattlesnake, you'd have a better chance of surviving.
Yeah.
Honestly.
All right,
And
all
I'm
right.
tempted to go and buy it and eat it because I want to feel what death is like for
All
like a
right,
second.
Fresh
let me
wheat, that
tell
might
you,
kill you.
about death food. All right, America's got you beat, hands down. We made McDonald's. Anyway,
Yeah,
Have you
but
ever
McDonald's in
had-
China's out Americaing you because they deliver.
have
You're
you
being out
ever
American by
had,
China.
Have you ever had a Luther?
Is
No.
a loofah.
Luther.
Isn't that something you scrub yourself with in the shower?
No, that's a loofah. This is a Luther,
I know
like
mine
the
of
enemy of
Nazis had
Superman.
loofah.
That's what it's named after.
Okay.
All right, so
those,
hear
that
me
would
out
kill
on
you.
this. Hear me out on
Sea
this.
cucumbers. You can
Oh, God, we haven't had that one in a
crunchy
while.
treat you can scrub yourself with.
You
Wait, who
take
scrubs
two.
himself for a burger?
You take 2 donuts, 2 like whatever donuts. You put 3 burger patties in the middle of that.
Okay.
5 different types of cheese, and between each burger patty, you put at least 4 pieces of bacon. All right, you squish that together, and then you wake up in the hospital. Best night of your life.
Just
If you don't want any more than
Knows no
Battenberg.
bounds.
This is the end. This is the end of humanity. I mean, like, that's still not as bad as Battenberg. It's
Yeah,
pretty bad.
they're threatening to send it to me. I'm scared. Should I be scared?
Yes. It's the
Not
worst.
that bad.
Yeah, so the one in the chat who said this is a
They've
40k
got to you
podcast,
too,
let's
haven't
try
they?
and do
I
some
do
40k and see if we can stop these lot from arguing. Because we've got a codex for Adeptus Mechanicus coming out, and that's worth talking about.
But it's not as important as Battenberg.
Battenberg cake must be discussed. I'm sorry.
Look,
It's
look,
been discussed. You're
look.
killing each other over it. I'm
Look,
trying to solve it.
I'm going to end this conversation by just saying, send it to me. I will give you my P.O.Box information so you can send that shit to me. I'll fucking webcam it, and then I
Yeah,
will
I
solve
will too.
this fucking feud.
I can't do that because that is literally a war crime. It is against this country's laws.
You know, it's-
Hang
war
on,
crime.
hang on. It's not against the law to send it into the warp. Just send it to me. I'll do it.
You know, it's,
Okay,
it's
that's
funny,
fair.
it's funny you say that because I learned from Zoran recently. Apparently, ordering him a pizza is technically illegal. Like ordering it from another
Pizza
country.
ordering is against the Geneva Convention.
I didn't realize I took pizza like ordering so dang seriously.
I don't know why it's apparently against the law. Chat might say no, it's not, and
Well,
they
they
might have
can't risk
why.
the delivery drivers delivering to a bear.
Yeah, I mean, think about that. Think about that for a second. You're delivering a pizza to a bear.
A very hungry bear.
Yeah,
That's-
across the Atlantic Ocean. That's a good point.
I'd
Yeah.
fucking do it.
Deary me.
Probably illegal because you know the whole if it doesn't get to you within 30 minutes, it's free.
No, but
So you
ordering
just get
it from
Free
just going.
God damn it.
So how about them traitor legions?
Yeah, how about those traitor legions? How
It's
about
not
the
as important as
Death-
pizza.
What is Warhammer
Oh,
40,000?
whoa, wait, we're on
Battenberg
pizza?
Pizza.
Game, I think.
Alright, pizza can only be less than half an inch thick. Just saying.
You're
Just
weak.
like the traitor legions.
Whoa, you do not fuck with a New Yorker and their pizza.
Whatever happens
Like,
deep dish.
it's,
Like
Yo,
pizza with
fuck
like a
that
proper-
shit. That's why you're in France.
that is
Or stuffed crust, or whatever.
It's gross.
To
Look, I'll
I,
fucking eat any kind of pizza. I'll fuck any New Yorker and says otherwise. I got
Wait, whoa.
fucking...
Is that a threat or an
Roll up.
invitation?
Dude, that's your business, yeah? No shaming
That's
him.
that's up
I
to you.
dare you to eat a Battenberg pizza.
I will fucking do it.
Holy crap.
Dude,
All right,
no.
you know what? There's some things that don't deserve to be on pizza. I mean, I know Michael loves his pineapple on pizza because he loves heresy.
no,
But
no,
shit.
no.
Anyway, we have that new
So
codex.
speaking of
coming out.
traitors,
I am a traitor. Well, technically.
We're all listening, like, who's the traitor? Who is it this time?
the traitor's the one that has pineapple on his pizza. But speaking
Could
of
it be the
traitors,
guy
and
who's
potential
called-
legions of them.
Could it be the guy who's called the Fresh Sorcerer?
Nah, probably not.
Nah, probably not.
Right. So now that we've got all this BS out of the way, let's try and do some Adeptus Mechanicus, shall we?
Fresh
the-
as
the
daddy.
chat-
What?
Yeah, I saw that fresh as daddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pineapple
fuck.
pizza
Of
is
all the
best.
times you
Fresh as
acknowledge the
daddy.
bloody chat, you pick that moment to acknowledge the chat.
I've been acknowledging all of the super chats.
Yeah, fine. Okay.
That's why I started the conversation about Battenberg, because somebody wants to send it to me, and I will eat that on live stream.
Hey, creators of Dream Daddy, if you're watching, add the Fresh Sorcerer to your list of dads.
Oh, I don't know. Like, that roster's pretty large.
I'm
I mean,
pretty
what
large.
would your
I
gimmick
knew
be?
it.
'Cause
I
with
was
Edge
waiting
Dad-
for it.
Well, I am a Chaos Space Marine. I am the largest dad in existence in that world.
He's the
Now,
fresh
Big
dad.
Dad, yes.
Hello, I am huge dad. That means I give huge hugs.
Do you
Cuddle-
see these
cuddle-
ports all over my body? They interface with my power armor into the black carapace that I have underneath my epidermis. Would you like to finger them a little bit and see how they shock you?
How many forks have you got stuck in those holes?
That's a good ass fucking question. Now.
I remember when I broke my left arm, because I lived in Australia, it got so itchy because it was like middle of summer and I couldn't like scratch it. I got 2 chopsticks, a fork, and a spoon stuck down my cast. I felt like the fucking bionic woman. It was awesome.
Speaking of bionic women, the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Oh, well done, Thunder. Well done.
Very good. Very good.
Okay, so the Adeptus Mechanicus have actually had their codexes put together again, thank bloody God. So the Skitarii and the Cult Mechanicus are now in one goddamn codex, and they put the Imperial Knights in there, at least some of them as well.
But they don't share keywords. Except for Imperium.
Maybe not, but it's a start. Questor Mechanicus Knights are in there, which is good. And we've also got some Forge World news. So, well, not Forge World news, I say rules for different Forge Worlds. So Mars has got some. Graia, the world from the Space Marine game, if you didn't know that, that's got one. Lucius, which is like the main producer of the other type of Warhound Titan. Agrippina, which is weirdly spelt. And
That sounds like Angry Penis.
Agrippina, I think, is actually a very similar name to a Roman princess.
Did he have an angry penis?
It was a she for a start. But
That's
Did
what.
she have an angry penis?
Oh, God, Jesus. And then Metallica as well.
Yo, Metallica's in 40k.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's spelt with only one L, but it is a very mobile force. Its stratagem is one of the I think it's like the Death Guard one, where it advances and treats rapid fire. It doesn't suffer the penalties for assault weapons on advancing, and turns rapid fire into assault when it does so.
Yo, that's awesome.
Patron saint is in anger.
And then battle cries, yeah.
And their warlord trait is basically the Ultramarines chapter tactic of fall back and shoot with -1 to hit.
I only get to do one James Hetfield impression like a week, so I've got to make it count.
And it was terrible anyway.
I'm
so.
sorry. I got excited. I just wanted to be a part of the news.
Oh, that's pretty nasty. So yeah, Agrippina's Forge World tactic is Overwatch hits on 5s, which is pretty nasty.
Jeez.
They got a special stratagem which gives a power rating unit the ability to basically teleport. Yeah, that's interesting.
Here's an important question from the chat. Wait, Admech are Fudas? Moving on.
Yeah, we're not even going
moving
to
on.
ask this a rhetorical question.
Yep, absolutely rhetorical.
You just want to acknowledge it and move swiftly on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't even need to go that far. That's an STC we did not need to recover.
I did.
Zing.
Penis.
So on that note, any other news besides Adeptus Mechanicus dongs?
The Imperium won the Fate of Colonel campaign. Surprising nobody.
Yep, I remember.
Surprising nobody. We've got a new Eisenhorn novel coming.
Yeah.
And here
I hope that
thought
means
he
they've got a new
died.
Eisenhorn game coming. Because the other one was so good.
Did they make that in Unreal Engine 4 again? Because I feel like...
Where's that gone?
I thought it was Unity Engine they made it in.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
No.
I think it might have been Unreal, actually. I don't remember. I mean, we did do a fucking full Let's Play
We
on
did,
it, but
yeah.
I try and forget.
We've blanked a lot of that out.
I need to watch that because I hear that game
Yeah.
is hot garbage.
It is.
Oh,
I gotta
It
say,
is.
there's not many games I've played where I go through the entire thing and then try to forget that I did. I think the only ones I can think of off the top of my head are Shadow the Hedgehog, and everyone else I've tried to forget.
oh, Shadow the Hedgehog. That's my least favorite Eisenhorn game.
What are you talking about? He's the best in Christmas.
It's a very loose adaptation, but they made it work.
No, I appreciate their interpretation of it.
Because
really.
Eisenhorn, his famous catchphrase where he screams about how it's his world.
Oh yeah, and like how there's like that faker running around or whatever.
Just fucking
It's the
now
ultimate life
imagining.
form.
I'm now imagining a fucking Eisenhorn game where fucking Blink, that one, Crush 40, that fucking Sonic the Hedgehog band, doing the theme song.
Rolling around at the speed of sound.
Stop it! Stop it!
For a minute, I thought you were saying you're imagining Eisenhorn fucking Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I'm imagining fucking Eisenhorn like, all I am.
Are we done now? Are we done? I would rather talk about Cyberfudas.
I mean, I was just
Remember
gonna
when
say,
Shadow the Hedgehog cocked an SMG like a shotgun?
Yes! What the hell?
I'd just like to point out that the Sonic the Hedgehog game where you type in your name or whatever name followed by the hedgehog and you see what comes
Oh
up.
fuck!
Okay,
That doesn't
Eisenhorn
work with
Hedgehog, we're doing
Eisenhorn
it.
Hedgehog. I just want to point that out.
Well, I'm gonna have to change that.
Oh, no, I haven't checked Gregor.
Gregor the Hedgehog.
Gregor.
Oh my god, Gregor the Hedgehog is a
Okay,
thing.
it comes up
Wait,
with
what?
6 pictures of
Okay.
Eisenhorn and then
Alright.
the intro screen.
Hey,
for
Michael,
Shadow
how
Dog.
about them questions?
Yeah, let's get back to something that's not hedgehog.
Yeah, let's try and do the questions from last time because
Well,
I'm
hang on,
Hedgehog.
we have a serious question really quickly. Cyber traps are not gay. Alright, traps are gay, just letting you
That's
know.
not a question. That's a
That's not-
statement.
that's
I don't
that is-
care, I'm counting it as a question because I'm answering it.
Right. Oh God, I don't even know. I don't know whether to do the serious questions or the stupid ones because normally
Just
I
do all of them.
All
all
right,
of
here
them.
we
Do
go.
ones that are don't do ones that are interesting.
All right. Well, if you remember on the last podcast, or at least the 4 of us who were there, we talked about the whole Primarchs forming a band thing. Well, someone followed that up with if the Emperor ordered the pre-heresy, if the Emperor ordered the Primarchs to come up with a comedy routine individually or in pairs, how do you think it would turn out? Who would do the best? Would they even be capable of
It would
humor?
all be like Monty Python.
Oh god.
I thought that would be a good thing. 'Cause
I imagine.
Yeah,
Lag.
I'd say that's a good thing if they ended up being Monty Python. I mean,
It
I can't think of which Primarchs would be part of that because a lot of them seem very serious.
Russ.
I think it'd just be like if anyone ever saw that animated show Monkey Dust, it would just be like that. It'd just be deeply unsettling.
Oh.
I think
That's
Lehman
good
Russ
monkey
was quite
dust.
capable of the laughter.
Okay, yeah, Lehman Russ would probably be in there. I was gonna say Vulcan as well, but I think he'd find anything funny, and just to be kind,
I reckon you'd laugh like Tony Atlas.
probably.
I would love to see Angron do stand-up comedy though.
Oh god. It'd just everyone would leave crying and angry.
Angron and Kerr
He'd be like,
should be a
he'd be
duo.
like that. He'd be like that one scene from The Simpsons with Rainier Wolfcat.
You know why men leave the toilet seat up? That's the joke.
You
This
suck,
is the joke.
Angron.
Oh god.
Oh my word. Other than that, I don't know. I guess Fulgrim would have something to say.
Fulgrim would be
listen to-
singing Barbie Girl. I'm sorry. He'd be a full
And it would
member
be
of
life
Aqua.
changing.
Oh. Who else? Perturabo, probably not.
No. Sanguinius, maybe?
I can see it. I can see it. Magnus is too much of a dork to be funny.
Yeah, probably his humor would just be too much clever humor for anyone else to understand. The Emperor would be in
Math jokes
stitches.
or something.
The Emperor would be in stitches, but everyone else would just be like, "What the fuck?"
Because
I
he'd
don't know,
just be
I'm-
transmitting it psychically. No one else would hear it. They just see a man standing on the. They just see this giant red man on the stage, like channeling some kind of ancient artifact. They'd all be like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
And then you've got the Emperor and Malcolm laughing their asses off.
And then everyone would just drop down dead.
It's like, oh no, it's really funny if you can understand the 6th plane of reality. Oh my god, it's so good.
Guess you had to be there.
Oh my word. But other
yeah.
than that, can't
Yeah.
think of any other funny Primarchs.
I just found that amusing. It's one of the top. It's according to YouTube, it's in the top comments. So I thought I'd bring it up. So moving on. With Admech and Iron Hands being mostly machine, can they be hacked or infected with a virus? The answer to that
Yes.
question is yes.
Yes.
Go read the Clan Raw Khan codex supplement if you want an answer on that. The old one, anyway. I did a video on it as well if you really care.
Oh, and I do
Hey,
want to
Kim.
interrupt you really quickly. If you do want your questions, for everybody in the chat right now,
Get
if
out
you
of
do
here.
want... Oh, okay, I'll leave. But
So
anyway,
no, I just had to throw my phone away.
anyway, if you do want to ask a question to us right now, live and whatever, just use the super chat and whatever. Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, Alexis will ask those because she's probably closer watching the chat than I am.
Yeah, I am.
So, Remlades, you might be able to answer this one. How did Malice come to be? Was it perhaps the change of the realm of souls to the warp, or something else, or what? Do we
It's a
have any
trick
idea?
question. He doesn't exist.
He does exist.
No,
There's
it
canonical
doesn't.
proof.
Remlades, we've been over this. Your imaginary
the
friend
book.
is not real.
I
Okay,
showed you the
look,
page.
look.
Real.
Look,
showed
we
you the
get
page.
it. We get it.
The
You
book
wrote
was
a
from
book
this
and put somebody
fucking year.
else's. We get it. You wrote another. You wrote a book and put somebody else's name on it just to prove that your imaginary friend is real.
I
Look,
did meet
look,
Action Man
look,
when I was younger.
Look, Remlays, why do you need this one imaginary friend when you could have up to 4 real friends?
Yeah, see, Slanesh loves you. Like, come join Slanesh. I'll show you how to put that skull to
Everyone loves
use.
you more.
But Slanesh just isn't Malal though.
Yeah.
Malal is Bay. Let's be straight
Whoa,
here.
whoa,
Let's
whoa,
be
whoa, whoa.
completely
You do
honest.
not talk shit about my god.
I mean, they're okay.
I
They
mean,
know
I'm
Malal.
Chaos Undivided, so, I'm neutral on the matter, but I know that Malal's a fucking figment of Remlays' collective imagination in the warp, but he doesn't have a strong enough warp presence to make it real, because
Alright.
he's just a dumb dinosaur face.
Okay, now we're getting dinosaur racist up in here, and I've got to draw the line.
But we've all got to support Rem in this time of need.
Fuck
No.
dinosaurs! They don't fuck anything!
Oh my god. You're really going there with
Dinosaur prejudice.
dinosaurs.
Wow.
Hey man, who
Remlays,
would win
if
in
you
a
need a
fight?
hug, you
An
can come
entire
to me.
race of like walking lizards with huge teeth, or a fucking rock?
Anyway, we did get a super chat question. How did the Deathwatch deal with cursed chapters, i.e. Black Rage?
Same as other
Fucking,
chapters.
So badly.
the Deathwatch deals with chapters that have, like, mutations and shit, much like they...
Wow, good answer.
It's just that, if someone goes into the Black Rage, well, guess what? It's time to call a sanguinary priest.
Well, one of the things
shit, I'll put
that's
bullets in
in
the head.
one of the Deathwatch books, I can't remember which one, but there is a black dragon that's in the Deathwatch.
Fair enough.
That is a chapter that does have a curse.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
also,
okay.
like, a single librarian dreadnought in the Deathwatch. I mean, Lamenter's dreadnought.
Yep.
Yeah, that must be awkward, given, well, what happened with the Lamenters. Right. To anyone who's read Master of Mankind, to corroborate this one, apparently the Emperor said that only 3 of the Primarchs ever questioned why he ascended when he did. Can someone back me up on that statement?
I've never gotten the chance to read the book.
I'm mainly asking Alexis because she never shuts up about it.
I do love the book, but I don't remember that exact line. I am sorry.
It's been a while
Okay.
since I've read it myself.
Well, the question goes on to say, if this taking this statement as true for a second, and that 3 Primarchs questioned why the Emperor ascended when he did, i.e. maybe like, appeared when he did, which do you think it would have been? That's what they were asking.
Magnus is probably one of them. Just because he was the one always, looking for knowledge, so he probably was most curious and actually asked.
Russ, Corax, and Magnus.
Okay.
Really,
Explain.
Corax?
He didn't really keep a secret from Corax. I mean, he showed him the Space Marines and that they were an unfinished product.
He did
Well,
trust
not only
Corax.
because
I mean,
Corax's forces was basically fucked to the point
Yeah.
where you had 10 people left.
to be fair though, the Emperor did have a decent amount of trust in Corax because he left Corax to take deliverance for himself without having to shoehorn himself into doing the job or getting the Imperium to help. They were the ones given Mark 6 armor, although to be fair, that was mainly Perturabo wanting it to fail. So the Emperor did trust Corax to an extent, which should be noted.
Yeah.
But the Emperor never loved him.
The
Well, the
Emperor
Emperor-
didn't love anybody.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
He loved his custodians. He loved the custodians.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Michael,
But-
what
but he hates
caste
everyone
does your
else.
Tau self belong to?
Earth.
Wind.
Fire!
Yes, I'm so glad we can.
Wind.
With your powers
Oh,
combined, I am, well,
Captain
Commander
Planet
Farsight.
Commander Farsight, yeah. why
I am
not?
Commander Boreal.
with your powers
Fuck
combined.
off, would you?
I'm sorry.
Borealum.
Oh dear.
We are past these memes.
No, we're not.
We'll never be past them. They're part of our DNA. We can never escape them.
I'm pretty
Fuck
sure
off, would you?
they do count as a dead meme.
Meme necromancy.
Well, shit, I'd never expected Remlays to go into that territory. Remlays, I'm sorry, but you're an excommunicated traitorous.
He went into
sorry.
necromancy trying to get Malal back.
What,
That's
did
it,
him and his
Remlays.
imaginary
I'm gonna
boyfriend
use
break up
magic and I'm gonna come to your house and I'm gonna kick your ass.
Promises.
Just get it on video.
There's so much sexual tension in this podcast. I don't know if I brought what I needed to.
No.
And we haven't even talked about Robert Patrick's bullshit.
Look, I'm always.
I know,
It's unavoidable. I'm always crackling with sexual energy.
Also,
Okay.
it's fucking inadequate.
Rem, I do just want to point out that in that picture you linked showing the proof of Malal, I don't think you've looked at this closely because I've just reevaluated it, put it through a proper filter, and I think I realize where the problem is. If you just want to take a look at that.
Oh god, I need to look at this as well.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, he's. Well played.
Sorry, that's kind of not great on a non-visual podcast. Sorry,
Listen
chat.
to us look at things that are funny and laugh.
Hey guys, look at these cats.
Oh, you can't see the cats.
You don't
Just trust us, they're totally cool.
You don't get to look at the cats, chat. You're not worthy.
Okay, what's the next question?
I just want to answer one quickly. What happened to the Thousand Suns fleet that departed Prospero before the Space Wolves arrived? I know the answer to this. They were scattered by Magnus all over the place. Some of them fought in other places, and most of them were probably hunted down to extinction.
That's
Sure.
wishful thinking
Nerds.
on your part.
Well,
Oh
we know
no! The Thousand Suns hurt my precious baby Space Wolves. Now they have to do things.
that I'm a Thousand Suns fan. I hate the Space Wolves.
I feel bad for Michael. I just want to give him a taco. That was a comment for you, Michael. Not a hug, but a taco.
I hate the fucking Space Wolves.
No, there's nothing wrong with the Space Wolves. If you don't like them, then you're a heretic, and probably
Yes,
like Battenberg.
I am a
I am a
heretic.
heretic.
You're not
also.
heretic.
I also hate the Space Wolves.
Well,
Why? Vilka Fenrica is where it's at. They're Space Vikings who like puppies.
I'm
Like,
going-
They're
seriously.
space furries.
You mean space foot? Yeah.
What's wrong
Is
with
it-
being furry?
Is
Everything.
anyone gonna post the whole wolf thing.
Wolf.
Do you
Well, actually,
believe
in a very
when... Whoop, hang on, we got a super chat question. Do you believe when they come out with the Dark Angels Codex, do you think they will reference Lionel Johnson? Release Lionel Johnson?
Yeah,
yes.
probably.
No.
Actually, better answer. If the Dark Angels Codex is kept back until the next Primarch is released, yes. But if they rush it out the door, no.
Do you think the Imperium have... sorry, that one went by a little
Does the
bit.
Imperium have terraforming technology?
Yes.
And the answer is yes, it does, but I don't remember the last time it used it.
Yeah.
He also said, did the Golden Age humanity have it? Which I'm going to
Yes,
assume is
Mars.
yes. Yeah.
I mean, Mars was green.
Yep.
What?
Right. Question. Okay. Actually, this is the answer. Right, this question I know the answer to, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Why are biomancers not a more important part of the Imperium in terms of medical and biological research? One of the only areas that is still regularly studied. Is it not a common discipline for Imperial/Most Psychers, or does the discipline itself lead to other problems?
I would say it's because, one, they're fucking psychic, so there's always the chance that a demon will pop out of them.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like, fucking sure, biomancers can do some crazy, wacky shit with their brains, but also perils of the warp.
They also
What's a few
tend
demons
to...
between friends, honestly.
They use biomancers for enhanced soldiers in Chaos. I know that much.
Well,
Yeah, but
Chaos
Chaos.
doesn't care.
Yeah.
And sort of having demons pop out of you is sort of their thing. So
And also, fucking, again, the Imperium doesn't like psychers, even if they would be more useful or practical to use in other ways, because that practicality is balanced out by superstition, and also the fact that, well, one failed willpower save, and, your entire medical ward has turned into something out of System Shock.
I was actually thinking Dead Space.
Could be both.
Yeah.
System Shock did it better.
Yeah, but Dead Space was cool.
Dead Space was sexy.
See? Dead
System
Space was
Shock's
sexy.
pretty cool.
That's not the word I would use to describe Dead Space.
I would.
Maybe you're not playing it right.
Boring. It's boring.
You're boring.
Dead Space 3 is boring.
Dead Space 3 was
sucks.
That's
bad.
because it's Lost Planet 3, and Lost Planet 3 is Dead Space 3.
I don't know. I actually haven't seen Lost Planet 3.
It's one of
Okay.
those many games we picked up in a humble bundle and then forgot to play.
They came out around the same time, and Dead Space 3 was being shown as like a co-op big monster fighty game, and Lost Planet 3 was being shown as a like a survival horror where you're just one guy alone in your little mech, and then there's big monsters that eat you, and it's terrifying or something.
Oh
Someone
shit! I think
switched
I might have
titles at the
remembered
last
that.
minute.
Yeah. It's like-
I remember I got fucking Lost Planet 1, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on in that game the entire time.
Lost Planet 2 was like
Couldn't
fun
you play
for
as
a quarter of the
Wesker in
time.
one of the Lost Planet games?
Yeah, in Lost Planet 2. You could also play as Marcus Phoenix.
What?
You know?
Did I hear that right? You can play as Wesker.
Yeah.
The guy from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play as Wesker and the Gears of War characters, which is funny because there's no like mouth animations in the entire game. So
It's
just
like-
they're just gesturing their arms while
All their Power Rangers talking. Okay.
Lost Planet 2 is like a fucking Power Rangers game. It's
Oh god.
ridiculous. I mean, like I say that,
You get
but
swords.
I mean, you get mechs, and I think at one point you do form them into a bigger mech, unless I'm mistaken. Sorry, I'm derailing the 40k podcast with Lost Planet.
Bear in mind how
40K,
she's railed this as
Power
well.
Rangers now.
Yeah, this is the
Like-
Power Rangers podcast. You
Power
don't
Rangers
want that.
reboot
Get out.
sucked.
I think you mean Super Sentai.
Oh, actually, the series that it's based on is Zyuranger.
Well, actually, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah.
Seeing as this is now a Power Rangers podcast.
I think you mean Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh.
Oh.
That is the origin of the
Yes.
giant mecha Sentai thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone play
Hey,
the Power
Michael,
Rangers
how are
theme.
you?
Good, thank you.
I mean, we're still here, right?
Next question.
Yes, next question. This is actually something that's slightly back on track. Do you
When
think with
the
the
Green Ranger died, did you think it was fair? Took up the-
I'm gonna sink Australia into the ocean.
That's fine. That's fine. I don't live there anymore, so you
I'm
know.
gonna sink Australia into the ocean.
Okay.
Anyway,
So, question for all. Do you think with the rising mainstream popularity of, and I quote, nerdy movies and TV shows such as Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Marvel and DC Comics, do you think a 40k or fantasy movie/TV show will be developed? I'm pretty sure we've answered this before, but we've got more guests now, so they can answer too.
Honestly,
absolutely
I mean,
not,
let's-
because absolutely not, because 40k doesn't have enough. Like, sure, nerd shit is becoming more popular in the mainstream, but the average person has no idea what Warhammer even is. So there'll be no brand recognition, especially
I
in the
just
United
gonna say that.
If Warcraft couldn't do that much, in
But
the
here's
box
the thing.
office, then
Here's the thing. But here's the thing. Warcraft is really popular in America and also China. China
Yeah, that's-
doesn't know what fucking like Warhammer is.
It's funny though. Like I sometimes, like, if I'm talking to people about if it comes up that I say I've got a YouTube channel and someone says, "Oh, what do you do?" and I say it's a Warhammer thing, and they'll just be like, "Oh, like I think I think we mentioned it before. It's like a rite of passage in the UK. That
I'd say so, yeah.
everybody's heard of it."
Well, here's the thing. Like, Warhammer is a mostly UK brand. Warcraft is an American brand. Like, everyone in America has heard of World of Warcraft, even if it's just you play World of Warcraft, you're a giant fucking huge nerd.
And America
that-
is like an entertainment superpower, so yeah, everyone will have heard of it.
Meanwhile, Warhammer doesn't really have any, like, games that are that popular here. Like, there was Space Marine, but that was just a mediocre third-person shooter, and...
Ooh, that's
Like,
those are fighting words to some people. I don't I
Look-
don't entirely disagree, but
I mean, I thought it was a fantastic 40k game, but compared to a lot of other third-person action games, it maybe wasn't.
that's my
As
thing. I don't
fantastic.
judge it based on its, like, property. I judge it based on, like, the gameplay itself, and,
I mean,
it's a good
Space Marine
40k
was
game.
okay, but it was a hack and slash with a lot of problems, a lot of bugs.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
I'll put it
definitely.
in this context. I'll put it in this context. Probably the most popular Warhammer fantasy game in America is Total Warhammer.
Yeah.
And even then, not a lot
No
of
surprises
people
there.
will have heard of it.
So, sorry, just a question just appeared out of nowhere on the chat, and I have no idea where the context came from. Just asking why the captain in Skyrim was a bitch.
What?
Just wait a second. We're talking about Space Marine.
Yeah, you
No
know,
one gives
Space
a
Marine
fuck.
Skyrim, where the captain was a bitch.
No one gives a fuck about Skyrim in this podcast. I will say that with conviction.
I actually do not like Skyrim, so yeah.
Morrowind was better.
Setting, I could not get into the game. I found it incredibly boring.
So fuck off with Skyrim forever.
Well, shit. Okay, Skyrim's been cancelled, guys.
Yeah,
Good.
good. Don't you like the games of Skyrim, Skyrim 2, Skyrim 3, and Skyrim 4? Give us your money, you stupid idiot.
You forgot Skyrim Remastered.
It really did kind of like set a low bar, I believe.
It did mix up the formula, though.
It did a little bit, but still, I don't think it was enough to regain my attention.
Oh, yeah.
Fallout Brotherhood was an amazing game.
Fuck off. Next question.
Right, here we go. Let's have a look.
Also a little appendum to the fucking Warhammer thing. Warcraft is a lot simpler to understand and has a lot less fucking like shit that you need to understand.
That and it's a lot more stupid. It's like,
With
oh,
Warhammer, you would need like a 15-minute exposition dump, and that's fucking not gonna help.
Well, have you ever
draw
seen
anyone.
the director's cut of Dune? The start of that has like a 15-minute info dump of because I mean, you know, a lot of 40k stolen from Dune, and it just has this.
Lord of the Rings managed to get away with doing a bit of an info dump at the beginning of the movie, so it's not
But here's the
impossible.
thing: is that info dump was also like cool, and it didn't last that long, and you got to see Sauron be a fucking big dick.
It was just like in the beginning, these guys had some nice jewelry, except for this guy with the biggest jewelry and for it, and he was going to try it, but then
I will say this: Lord of the Rings and Dune appeals to a more intellectual bent than Warhammer people generally.
I'm too busy enjoying that super chat. Like, it's not really a question; it's a statement, and I'm in love with it.
Well, read it.
Wouldn't get it.
Replace
like
Geralt in the
chainsaws.
bath with Gregor Eisenhorn. Yes,
I'm
yes,
okay
do
with
that. I'll actually like Gregor a bit more then.
Greg.
Now, Greg.
All right, so what do
Open
we
to
got
Greg's
for our
in the
next
Isle of Wight.
question?
Okay, with the new release of vehicle building rules for open play, what kind of vehicle would you like to build and actually become canon?
Okay, where is this?
Catch approved.
I want my orc looted wagons back.
Okay.
It was in the news on the last podcast. Or wait, did you not catch up on that?
In all fairness, I didn't even watch the last podcast.
I wouldn't. We were on it.
It had these.
shit.
It had these
Doing
two
that.
people in it that I couldn't stand. So,
Dude, same.
yeah.
So-
So like this rambling
There's no
from
reason to be
Michael
so
fella.
mean to us.
I love you guys.
I was gonna say, as far as making custom vehicles, can I just make one of the robots from Robot Wars and just make
Yes.
that a
Oh,
thing?
no.
Make
fair,
Razor. Razor was
looted-
the best robot.
To be fair, you make a battle wagon with a death roller, you could probably at least, and a grabbing claw, you could probably make one of them work.
We can get
Okay.
Hypno Disc going.
I want
No,
my
Razor
Land
was
Raider
better than
Terminus Ultra.
Pargon.
I want a
every
Land
turret
Raider where the
is a
guns are
twin
smaller
las
Land
cannon.
Raiders. My word.
I wanted to have 12 las cannons.
That sounds legit.
First
man.
sponsor.
I want that, but with 12 plasma cannons.
And it just has another Land Raider on top of it.
12 multi-melters.
It's a cut and
Oh.
shot between like multiple
Oh.
Land Raiders.
So get this. One of my
The long
friends, every edition, he comes up with some bullshit rule. And I love him for it. Because last edition he came up with something really funny. But this edition he's like, are there any rules for like vehicles, like being able to move on them? And I was like, well, no, you have to be 1 inch away from the model. And he's like, yeah, but some models can move onto impassable terrain, right? I'm like, yeah, as long as I can stay balanced, it's not impassable. And he's like, all right, so hear me out on this. What if I balanced Assault Marines on top of a Land Raider and moved it forward and then moved the Assault Marines? I was like, shut up, dude. Legit tactics right there, though. Anyway, next question.
Okay. I often see Nurgle referred to as the Lord of Entropy, but that makes no sense. Entropy is simplified as something that changed that can't be reversed. It's not everything goes to bleep. Entropy simplifies the whole reason why time exists. It does. So the goddess of entropy and the lord of entropy does not make a lot of sense. There's no. Oh right. Okay. Sorry. I'm just going to throw some physics at you for a minute. Calm down. Entropy is basically, in terms of physics, disorder, and everything I'm trying to help here, Alexis. Shut up.
It sounds suspiciously like learning.
I mean, I could.
Nerd talk.
If I wanted to learn, I'd go to school.
This comment got 4 likes, so there's at least 5 people want to know. So
Look,
There's at least
Michael
4
talk.
accounts this person owns.
All right, go ahead,
Let
Michael.
fucking Michael talk with his nerd shit.
right, okay. In at least as far as I'm aware, in terms of statistical physics and thermodynamics, I know nerd talk. Shut up. Entropy is simplified as chaos, and every system tends toward maximum entropy. When you reach maximum entropy, you cannot reverse that. Nurgle being a god of stagnation and entropy actually makes sense, therefore, because when you reach that stage of maximum entropy, you do not change again. As a result, that, whilst it's a very long-term move towards entropy, it is stagnation. So Nurgle being associated with that is not as insensical as you might be thinking. Yeah.
And I will follow that up with, you're a fucking pedant. You know that? So, congratulations, you got an actual science person who knows what they're talking about. They call you a jackass, and now I'm gonna call you a jackass straight up.
Oh god.
Good work.
Nice.
To be fair, I've been sat on that information for about 2 years now, so it's kind of nice to actually use it for once in
I
my
fucking
life.
hate that shit. I hate pedantry. Just like, oh, but it doesn't. It's not this exact definition of the dictionary. Shut the fuck up.
Yes, but when you say something is the inverse of what it actually is, then I'm going to make sure you actually are going in the... Like, it's not like it's a minor change. It's literally going in the opposite fucking direction. So I'm quite happy to make that correction.
Somebody's
No, I'm just
arguing with Michael. That isn't me.
I don't feel right.
This is
Alright,
an
moving
awful
on.
lot of Slanesh. We need an awful lot of Zinch. We need more Slanesh.
I'm fucking undivided. I'm fucking flexible.
Emperor
I'm okay with
best.
this.
Right, okay, here's an actual proper fluff question. What is your take on the new fluff on Ahriman mentioned in Black Legion Chapter 10? For those who don't know, it goes like this. Ahriman's rubric banished mutation from the Thousand Sons, but only among them who had little in the form of psychic talent and only by destroying their physical forms. This we know. The rest of us are as prone to the warped whims and our own sins as any other being dwelling inside the eye. If you believe my former brother Azek is entirely unchanged beneath his eye-touched armor, you're as dangerously naive as he was when he unmade our legion. Ahriman believes he is perfectly unaltered. Did you know that? Yet I have seen the void that screams, where his face used to be.
So he
Armin
doesn't have
forgot
a
his
face.
library card.
I think didn't fucking like Ahriman's rubric like actually like sever him from the bonds of fate, and he has actual free will. Or
I
some
don't
shit
remember
like
seeing
that.
that somewhere. I
Why
haven't
do
seen that.
so many YouTubers seem to hate the Eldari? I actually don't. I'll say
I
it.
don't.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Eldar
hating
are fine.
elves is a dank meme.
Basically, it was fun to hate the Eldar if you were a tabletop player in 6th and 7th edition. That is why it was fun to hate the Eldar.
Sorry to interrupt, but speaking of Eldar, I actually found more canonical proof of a human Eldar hybrid. Apparently, an Inquisitor of the Order of Xenos had a half Eldar child, but it wasn't a CSGO novel, so take that for what you will.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not even worth mentioning. So, hey, do you remember the time on Tartarus?
Terminators.
Did that child have multi-lasers on it by any chance?
Remember the time a Razorback turned into a Land Raider and then back into a Razorback? Because
Hey,
that's how
hey,
remember-
that child
It's crazy
was
how
the
nature makes
last.
There was a multi-laser.
And then the baby backflipped off the Razorback that was a Land Raider.
and
And
somehow
became-
lost 100 Bane Blades.
And then became a Space Marine at age 42.
And then met up with Lilith Hesperax, the Slanesh worshipper.
I became a Space Marine at the age
What a
of
crazy
200
life.
million.
What a story, Mark.
So welcome to this next CSGO novel. We're going to be publishing out on September 13th next year.
It's going to be great, guys.
It's gonna be.
Hello, welcome. My name's CS Goto. I write for the K-book Alpha Legion. ALFA.
Yeah, that's an Irish
Irish.
accent. It's perfect. Top of the
It's from Belfast.
A Legion, Alpha Legion book. Good
Oh,
times, many times.
Multi-laser.
Your leather.
Do you want to read about Thundersucker, Multi-Laser Fist Man? How about Alpha Booster? Guy who run Alpha Legion chapter, fresh sorcerer, man with face mask, and also psychic powers. How about Menko? How about the 12th company of their...
You couldn't handle the 12th company, I'm sorry. They were too much.
Buy Alpha Legion book April 1st, 2020.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, I was about to say, where did we get here?
I just heard the best Irish accent ever, and that's the only thing I think of anymore. I forgot key parts of my childhood, so I can remember that.
It's probably for the best, honestly.
I can't remember the name of my mother now.
But that
Shadow
accent...
Sun.
Shadow
What's your name? Derek. Okay, cool. Next question.
No, you call Shadow Sun Mummy, don't you?
Yeah, her name's
don't
Derek.
even know what the hell is happening.
Oh, Mom.
To be fair, I'm trying to find questions because I've actually gone onto the video page to see if I can find more questions because I think
we're all looking for questions here.
No, that's just
so,
you, Red
so
Lights.
if you're feeling like super chatting, then now would be a good time because I'm just digging through questions that aren't just being like super spammed.
Yeah, tell us what your favourite cake is and why it isn't Battenberg.
Battenberg cake, favorite cakes in Battenberg cake, first sorcerer address. Do it now!
We need to deplete the world's supply so that the world can be pure and wonderful again.
Buy now for 27 easy payments of $1.99.
You can help. This child is starving because the only food he was given was Battenberg.
The child would be dead.
Well,
Yeah,
just from
like,
contact near it, like radiation.
It's like, do you know that thing, that weird contraption they made in that Godzilla movie where it removed all of the oxygen from the water?
The oxygen
The
destroyer.
The oxygen destroyer. Not a clever name, it turns out.
Yeah.
That's literally a Battenberg. That's what it does. If you eat it, it destroys all of the oxygen, not only in your body, but in the ocean.
Fuck
So
it, send
Snap, are you saying that Battenberg will one day become a huge kaiju called Battenberger?
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly what I'm saying.
It'll start off as lots of smaller versions that will kill a bunch of people in the subway.
How did we
yeah.
And then
get
it all
back
encompasses
onto
one
this
giant
subject?
Oh, dear.
Because we were given free reign.
I have a question now. I found a question, so I can actually re-rail the chat.
Come on.
I can't re-rail the chat. The chat's beyond saving, but I can re-rail the podcast. If Khorne is a god of war, he's technically not, but run with it. Why are there no more special demons like almond bloodletters or crossbowmen or something like that?
Because Khorne is very unimaginative.
Here's the thing. Like,
good at-
40k's got a lot of blanks you can fill, and I'm pretty sure you could have demons that use crossbows.
I think it's
There
more
are-
about like why
there are lots
does he
of-
have ranged units?
He's got the skull cannon.
True.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And in fairness, there are a lot of unique demons. Like in Demonetization, there was that Khorne demon who just looked like a giant skeletal cow. And in Dark Imperium, there's that Nurgle demon, which is literally a clockwork dragon. So,
Fourth in Nurgle's favor.
yep. He was awesome.
Well, Age of
That's the
Sigmar's
thing,
now
like,
got this guy on a bloody slug, and I assume that the giant slug is a demon.
The snail.
I mean,
With cute little feet.
have
Wait, isn't that just like a caterpillar or something?
Or
I mean,
a shell.
the way a friend of mine talks about slugs, they might as well be demons.
They are demons.
An organism that can have
Is
sex
Billy
with
Zane
anything
the
that it
Emperor?
wants.
No.
Who is Billy Zane?
Billy
No,
Zane
that's it.
is the Phantom. And he's also the bad guy in Titanic.
Yeah.
And he's also the
He also-
guy who blinks a lot in the Blood Rain movie. And he does blink a lot.
Wait,
He's
I
also
thought the
cameo,
bad
that's
guy
not
in
like Future
Titanic
Silver.
was an iceberg.
Okay, he was a minion of the iceberg.
Shit, that
if I
movie got
remember-
a hell of a lot deeper than I thought it was. Get it? Get the
Just like the
pun?
head henchman.
It was just the tip of the iceberg, Alexis.
Billy
Michael,
Billy
I've seen-
Zane henched for the iceberg. That was the real story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is great.
Is there another question, Michael?
Yeah, it's only probably going to be for a couple of people. This isn't really a lore question, it's more of a hobby question. I'm recently starting a Tau army, primarily battlesuits as my first army, and was wondering the best way to transport them to and from the hobby store. So basically, how do you get a battlesuit army from A to B?
A garbage can?
Firm case. foam
I'm
case.
sorry, I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Cut the foam to the rough shape of the battle suits, and then just stick them in there snugly. Then you can transport it that way.
Yeah, that's one option. I mean, to be fair, my battlesuits still go in a box. All I will say, but all I will say is, if you're going to be transporting battlesuits, either put all your battlesuits on bases, and then they're actually pretty damn sturdy. Don't glue the weapons on, ever,
Just
unless you're making like
them.
either magnetize them or what I do, which is blue tack, because I haven't really got magnetizing nailed down, and it takes an age to magnetize all the battlesuit weapons. I would suggest that you can either put them on bases, leave the weapons off, and they'll just transport nice easily, give a little bag with the weapons in, or you could put them on flying bases, and then they actually take up a little bit less space as long as you've got room to transport all the flying bases.
All right, this is a really good way of doing this. Place your Tau army in the oven and melt them down.
Thank you, chat. That's the mission.
Actually,
Sorry,
another thing
Michael.
that really works is if you just go to like Walmart or whatever superstore you have, go to the foam section. There's usually like that eggshell foam thing. You could just get that and put all the battlesuits on top of it. Turn another piece of it upside down, put it on top, and they won't go anywhere.
Go to the oven section of Walmart.
I do actually have one way. I don't know how well it would work for battlesuits, but if they're like solidly on the base, is I've got a couple of things that I've just put a load of magnets on the bottom and I just store them in a metal tin. And if the magnets are powerful enough, those don't go anywhere. You can literally shake it around and it's fine.
Maybe don't shake that around.
My Deathwing army is actually in a Rose's chocolate tin.
That's the most British thing ever.
My Space Marines are in a candy box.
I was going to say, hold on. You've got like a tin of chocolates, but you don't use them for your sewing kit.
Yeah.
No, I have another
treason.
tin of chocolates for my sewing kit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Fair-
what?
fair
I
enough.
keep
yeah,
my
for
Marines
Thunders.
in an actual box, like in
Yeah,
an
Thunder,
actual
for the
box.
sewing. For the sewing stuff, you keep all in a Quality Street box, not a Rose's tin.
Mhm,
All right, we do
yeah.
have a super chat question. In what order do you think the Primarchs will come out for tabletop? I'm assuming he means 40k, and I think I know the order. It was
As opposed to the Primarchs in Warhammer Fantasy.
well, no, I mean
Horus
30k.
Heresy.
Yeah,
Okay.
30k.
The ones
They're
that-
almost all out. They're finishing the Horus Heresy run. Even the Emperor himself is being released in 3 years. But for the actual tabletop, I think the order is Magnus, Gilliman. Then I'm gonna think probably Mortarion.
Mortarion.
But then after that, I'm thinking actually Fulgrim, and then
It's either going to be
Lion.
Lion or it's going to be. Oh, thing is, it depends what they do, because the logical thing they'll do is they'll go traitor, loyalist, traitor, loyalist, traitor, loyalist, because balance. But if they do that, then it'll either be Lion or Russ next, or one of those two, and then Angron and Fulgrim will be the next two traitor ones. So those are the next four, are my suspicion. Beyond that, it gets a little bit harder.
I want Russ to come back as a giant werewolf Primarch.
Oh yeah,
No.
Wolf and Russ has to be a
The
thing.
Wolfen are a mistake.
Yes, they are. They're a genetic
Yeah.
flaw. So yes, they are a mistake.
No, you know what I mean, Michael. God damn.
I do know exactly what you mean, but I.
Okay, you know what? I've derailed your questions and things enough, so I think that's fair. You got me. Good one.
Biggest threat to the galaxy. Why is it Eisenhorn?
Because of this fucking game.
Oh my god, that game!
Literally that game alone.
Yeah, that game will literally destroy the universe.
Like,
It's the worst
meta
one.
power.
Horus fighting the Emperor. The Emperor had that game on his mind the entire time. He's like, oh god.
He was sitting there going, why did they bring it out for tablet? Why would they find out? And then, yeah, bam, he's down.
So
That's what hurt the Emperor.
there is a part of that game where we accidentally skip a cutscene and we didn't realise for a bit because it's already so incomprehensible.
Yeah, was that the cutscene where we faced like a Chaos Space Marine one-on-one and he just kind of fell down and went, oh.
Yeah, he just kind of thought he just
He
kind of hit
doesn't
him a
fall
bit.
down, he just kind of like awkwardly kind of sits on the floor and goes, I guess I'm done then. Thanks, Greg.
Yeah.
I like
paid
your
enough.
sausage rolls.
Thanks, Greg. You fucked me.
When it comes to the
Pasty.
Primarchs by themselves, I do think it's gonna go double
Oh,
chaos.
snap, that's a big super chat.
That's a
Yeah,
big,
wow.
big one.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, Ben, on your big one.
Okay.
Yes.
So, question. Knowing the Emperor's contempt for what the Imperium and the human race has become, if the Emperor somehow returned, would he try again with the Great Crusade? Or would he want to wipe the slate clean and start anew?
I mean, given the Emperor's, like, general attitude towards, everything with Guilliman, I'd say that maybe he's gonna use Guilliman to, do some house cleaning before he comes back.
Could you imagine if the Primaris Marines are just going to mow down the regular Marines at the end?
Oh, geez, that'd be terrifying.
Execute Order 66.
Oh no.
I'm glad I wasn't the only one to go there.
But then,
Well, no,
when
like,
the
it
Great
would
Crusade
make
ends,
sense,
would they
because
have
that's...
even...
Whoop, go ahead.
I was just going to say, at the end of the Great Crusade, would they then have better Marines to kill the Primaris Marines at the end, and then they need better ones after that?
Actually,
But
fucking,
now we're stuck
like-
with gorillas.
In Master of Mankind, they do reference the fact that custodians were meant to kill space marines.
Oh yeah, we knew that anyway. That,
Yeah.
Oh
that's-
my god, that is so unsubtle. They're the fucking custodians. They clean shit up.
Yeah, I think if people didn't realize that the custodians were designed for the mass murder of space marines, then they were living under a fucking rock.
Well, yeah,
Because-
why else would the Emperor have them as bodyguards?
Yeah,
I mean,
also,
hey, the Dark Ages were
Prospero.
living under a rock.
I mean,
Hey,
hello. Oh,
They're
snap.
inside the rock.
Also,
They're living
hello.
in a rock, thank
Also,
you.
hello, Prospero. Can I just point out, Prospero, the Thousand Sons, at many points where basically wherever Constantine, Valdor, and Lehman Ross weren't, were cleaning up the space walls with their psychic abilities, and the custodians were taking dozens of them down, each with their psychic powers in full flow. How much power do you think the custodians have got? And I'm pretty sure it's referenced somewhere. I don't know the name of the book. And as a group of spacemen see the custodians fight, and just like, oh shit.
Well,
Which
son.
is a bit bizarre because in the Lorgar novel, like, a custodian, like...
Nearly
A
kills
custodian does do work and kills, like, 3 chapter masters and, like, 10 regular marines by himself, but then he just gets shot to death. Because...
I thought he just got stabbed in the back by Argyle Tau.
Yeah, and then he got impaled for a demon sacrifice. Although apparently it said he was still alive while he was impaled through, like, his skull and shit. So, and after getting shot up with bolters and shit, so apparently custodians are tough.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit
Yeah,
odd
they're
that,
tough.
like, all of a sudden, like, hey, individual custodians can suddenly take on, like, the master swordsman and shit of the Thousand Sons when they're fucking using their mind magic and shit to become Neo, essentially, and I don't know, it's a bit
They're as powerful as
inconsistent.
the writer needs them to be at that given time.
It's a bit inconsistent, shall we say.
Welcome to Warhammer 40,000. Inconsistency is very, very fucking common.
Schrodinger's
Yep.
power level.
Well, how would a custodian describe it? Like Space Wolves describe it as a pack of wolves and a custodian as a tiger, essentially.
Oh, also, like, it was a little bit confirmed that the Emperor did plan on killing the Space Marines after the Great Crusade because he's just like, baseline humanity!
Oh, so that's
Wait, he got rid of the Thunder Warriors, didn't he? So
Actually, that's who was it? I think it was Khan who made reference to that. Like, after the Great Crusade is done, what is our purpose? So I think was it Khan?
Yo, Khan can eat a dick. Like, that dude can just eat a dick for killing my
just because
favorite
he
character.
killed Celestine.
No! Fuck him!
But anyway,
he
fucking...
cleaned your skull.
It was a little bit, like, implied that the Space Marines towards war, they would be the first to go because, you know, what use will the World Eaters have in the fucking following days, or
What
the
use did
or
the
the
Night
fucking
Lords ever have?
Or the
We're
Night Lords.
spooky! Doesn't just size and guns kind of make up for that already? Spooky!
Yeah, but they got bat wings on their head. That's really scary, man.
In fairness, in regards to the Night Lords, there have been reports of like systems thinking of rebelling. They get told spacemen's coming. It's like, yeah, we're going to fight 'em. It's the Night Lords. Oh shit!
Yep, that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining they get the report. They're like, Night Lords are coming. just tell them we're not rebelling. Okay, let's see if they're that stupid. We're not rebelling anymore. Okay, good.
Then everyone dies.
If the Night Lords are coming, why don't we just fight them during the day?
Hey, remember when the Night Lords are fucking literally the worst?
No, that's the Imperial Fists.
Let's have...
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's
Oh,
a
I'm
fucking
sorry.
lie.
How many times did their chapter get reduced down to one guy?
How many times have the writers shat on them just because?
How many times have the Night Lords done anything relevant?
And they're doing relevant things to Remlays right now.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh.
Remlays, are you hiding things from us? Please share.
Are there Night Lords in your closet?
Some on the toolbox.
Like, it's like fucking the Night Lords are really the worst, because they're just like, oh, hey, let's use terror tactics and shit against, oh, fuck, like, everything isn't afraid.
I can just imagine, like, you go into Remlay's room and you just hear muffling, like, no, 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 no.
Like, hey, Night Lords can't fight Space Marines, because Space Marines don't react with fear like normal humans do. Can't fight the Imperial Guard, because they have a lot of them. You can't fight
If you haven't
Tyranids
noticed, the way that morale rules now work in 40k, Night Lords are probably pretty damn good at scaring the shit out
I'm
of
not
space.
talking about the
and didn't
tabletop you fucking showed, I'm
Yeah,
talking
but
about
didn't
in
the
the
Night Lords
lore.
take
You
on
got
the
called a
entire
chode.
Kalidas temple, though? And win.
Oh, hey, we can't fight the Tyranids because the Tyranids don't have a fear response, because they're bugs. We can't fight the...
I don't think Chaos was ever prepared to fight the Tyranids or the Necrons, if I'm to be
We can't
honest
fight
with you.
the orcs, because the orcs have big boners for this.
Yeah, that's canon.
We can't fight the Necrons, because the Necrons are skeletons.
The Eldar. We
us.
tried to
You
spook
can't-
the
you can't
Eldar.
scare
The Eldar
spooky,
kind of
scary
giggled at us.
skeletons.
The Eldar are just like, do you know what we did?
Is Celestine dead, or will she come back? Celestine's story is that of a phoenix. She'll come back.
Yeah,
was killed at the end of
badass.
Shroud of Night, had a head cut off by Khan,
Okay.
so...
Okay, more
Is
specifically,
Karn's
crap.
sword actually like a demon weapon?
Khan has a sword?
no,
Karn's
it's
axe.
Angron's axe. No, it's Gorechild.
Yeah,
You mean Gorechild?
yeah, it's not.
It's Angron's old chain axe
Does-
from the Great Crusade.
Does he legit have any, like, demonic ability whatsoever?
Yeah.
Fun enough,
he's-
fun enough, in Shroud of Night, he actually shows him like disappearing into red mist, then reappearing.
Yeah,
out
because he's
later.
using fucking magic, because that's the only fucking way he could fight Celestine is by using
Like, there's
magic
a-
and sticking a bloodthirster on her.
There's one scene where this red cloud rises up and then Khan like leaps out of the top of it, and then comes
Yeah,
down, cutting someone's
because
heart.
guess who's controlling him? Fucking Zeech, just like in
Yeah.
Trial of
Karn.
Azrael.
Corn.
Karn also has immunity to psychic powers.
That's bullshit. If a god uses it on him, he's gonna be affected by it.
Fucking like, that's
Korn
one of the
doesn't use
Korn's
psychic
blessings, is just the brass collar of Korn. Guess what? You can't get affected by psychic shit anymore.
Yeah, but that's also the same thing as the fucking, what are they called? Sisters of Silence. You can still hit them with AoEs. And teleporting a mass quantity of space would still teleport him.
Actually, like, the AoE stuff kind of, like, flows around him, because, again, immunity to psychic powers.
No, like,
He'll
if
be
you
affected
throw
by,
a
like,
desk at him using
telekinesis,
psychic
but
powers,
only
he's
by
gonna get
something
hit by a
magic.
desk.
Okay, you're throwing a desk at a guy who fucking bench presses a fucking tank.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't say it was smart, but you threw a desk at
Yeah,
him.
but like desks, like it depends on the size of the tank, or it could be a really big desk. And some
Yeah,
desks
see?
are about half the size of a tank.
Maybe it's Khan the size of a model and the desk is the size of a real desk.
Yeah.
So it's a
yeah.
colossal desk.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Oh,
It's a
just get
Vorpal
back up
desk
even
plus
later.
one.
All I'm saying this
Super
to
heavy
annoy
desk.
one person, and he knows exactly who he is.
Who?
It's one of the people in my Discord. I fucking hate Karn. Karn can eat a dick. Oh wait, no.
And
Karn
yet
would
no
put it on a
one's
damn
about Khan
throne.
yet.
Karn probably has a dick throne.
What, we're
Chunks
talking
of
like
the
the Game of
chunk throne.
Thrones style thing here, but just made
Yes,
out
that's
of thongs?
exactly what he sits on, is just that.
Good.
Okay, like I can't think. Like that sounds amazing. I kind of want one in my living room. So I'm gonna sit on my throne of chodes and watch, I don't know, Neighbours or fucking whatever. That sounds amazing.
Not home and away then.
Anyway,
Not
I'm
home,
sorry.
not home and
I'm
away. I have
sorry.
standards,
My-
Rem.
That book was stupid.
Watching soap operas at all.
Oh, look, I don't even have a
While
TV
eating your
license.
Battenberg.
Oh my fucking god, Remlace, I swear to fucking god. Oh my god, fight
It's
me.
always back to the Battenberg.
I think we found her trigger phrase.
That's my kill phrase.
I think the thing is, it started off as an innocuous discussion on a completely different podcast, and it's just escalated. It's not about the Battenberg anymore.
It's about, I don't know, continuing this argument.
It's the principle. It's what Battenberg stands for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is
Okay.
the horrors of everything.
I just noticed this. So Ghost donated $5. Hey, do you think events will play out since Karn decapitated Celestine? P.S. Alexis, can I borrow $5? I think we answered that, but yeah.
But if it's a borrow $5, it's just going to go back to you again anyway.
How do you think Guilliman would react to the Emperor killing his sons at the end of the Great Crusade, considering he thought his sons would become the government officials? I don't think he would kill his direct sons like the Primarchs themselves. He would put them in charge of different branches of the military and different sectors of space. But I do think that Guilliman knows full well that the Marines themselves are to be put down.
He might be the only Primarch who would survive.
He probably, I think it was also implied that he might also kill most or all of the Primarchs too, because
you
again,
can't really leave like Kurz or Angron running around, can you?
The Emperor's whole thing is like, oh, we need baseline humanity to govern themselves because the last time we let super powerful genetically engineered people run things, the dark age of technology happened, and look how that ended. But in hindsight, it's a good thing the Great Crusade failed because 10,000 years later, no Space Marines, and then Tyranids show up.
Well, to be fair, the Tyranids showed up because of the Space Marines anyway, so...
Yeah.
That's fucking being pedantic. It's just like, imagine 40k now.
That's not pedantic.
Imagine the Imperium now, but all of the shit it has to like deal with, but also no Space Marines.
Oh yeah, like no Space Marines. Oh yeah, definitely. All the shit. But if the Great Crusade went perfectly for a second, you have no Tyranids, no Chaos Marines at all, very little chaos, potentially. Well, we don't know about orks because if the full Legionnaires Astartes were still at strength, the War of the Beast might have been far less of a problem. Also, less incompetence because of the High Lords of Terror being fucking idiots. A successful post-Crusade Imperium would have been interesting, in a way.
The most dangerous threat they had to deal with was all the awakening Necrons.
Yeah, they'd had the Necrons. They'd have still probably had Eldar Raiders, but they'd have had control of the webway by that point, so not really. Probably the only obstacle left for them would be Comora.
I know, people are kind of dicks. I kind of feel they'd figure some way to screw it up, so...
Oh, yeah. We're talking the ideal scenario here, but...
And I mean, Comora is still getting fucked over by demons.
Then a new Eye of Terror is born thanks to the new Chaos God Nikoho being born.
Fuck off with that, you fucking Malal-loving piece of shit.
I said Nikoho, not Malal.
They're the same thing.
Look at this. He's now got a second imaginary friend.
Oh.
Nikoho only exists...
What a fantasy god of atheism.
Look, Nikoho exists in fucking
makes my
Warhammer
head hurt.
Fantasy. In Warhammer Fantasy.
He does, yes.
Well, we're not talking about fantasy. We're talking about 40k. That's what the people come here for. That's the
fantasies are dead.
Remember when Khaldor Drago went to the Warhammer Fantasy world and helped the Wood Elves?
We don't talk about
we
that.
help the elves.
That was my favorite episode of Captain Planet. It's really good.
Fuck off with your meme hatred for elves. That meme is dead.
I mean, I don't actually hate elves. I'm just like, why the fuck would he help the elves?
Which elves?
Wood elves.
Yeah, what elves?
Yeah, Wood Elves.
Why?
What elves what?
Yeah, wood elves. What would elves do?
Oh, where is it? I just saw a funny question. Hey everyone, choose one character to bring back to life. Celestine.
Also, one of your mods actually then went and deleted that message.
Yeah, I know.
Sanguinius.
Fuck off.
I think they actually grabbed the wrong comment to delete, but whatever.
Speaking of Sanguinius, apparently the Crystal Sanguinius are happening in Black Legion. That's a thing. I'm not... Yeah, there's a Crystal Sanguinius in Black Legion, apparently.
Yeah, there is.
How do you feel about that, Michael?
How do you feel about Sanguinius coming back to life?
As a crystal.
It would not be what I would do. I think the Blood Angels plot makes much more sense if Sanguinius is properly dead.
Yeah.
But if they do it, I can't stop them, but it would not be my preferred line.
Yeah, just like my preferred line is not having Celestine get a fucking head cut off.
Yeah, well, living saint, so technically functionally immortal.
Yeah,
It's the principle of the thing. That's just rude.
Doesn't matter if you can come back next
especially
week. If someone
after
chops
he
your
had
head
to
off,
use
take it personally.
fucking magic to do it.
Just Just imagine
He
getting
didn't
your
use
head cut off,
magic,
just
he
being
beat
like,
the
you know, I don't
he beat
hate
the
you for
shit out
cutting
of
my
her.
head off. I hate why you did it. Just what it stood for. Man, that was rude.
Yeah, that's it. It was rude.
Celestine's
It's like
just
you're
sitting.
trying to hurt me or something.
Celestine's just like bitch talking him on his like waist and everything just the entire time.
I kind of want that as like a buddy movie. You've got Khan and then Celestine's severed head just cussing him out the entire time.
What's going to happen?
Let's
He's
just
got to tie a
reverse
head to his...
lollipop chainsaw.
Yeah, exactly. Just do that.
I'm just
Don't say that.
realizing, if Karn managed to kill Saint Celestine, does this mean Karn's better than Abaddon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Considering Abaddon couldn't
was
do
about
it
saying.
and got seriously wounded by her.
God damn
Considering
it,
the fact
Abaddon.
Khan's already got 2 living saints under his belt anyway.
Who are the
Yeah.
other two?
He killed
He's
the
got Celestine and
guy.
he got, what was the name of that one from the Red Path? The living saint in that. He killed him.
Yeah, the dude.
Yeah, I've forgotten his name.
I
Hang
can't.
on, I'll
I
bring
can't. But Vicky will post it in just a second. I know him. He's gonna post it. He's gonna be like, haha.
I can tell you. It's Lozapath.
Yeah.
Right.
Saint Lozapath. So
Oh
yeah,
my
Khan's
God.
got 2 living saint skulls, and Abaddon got his ass kicked by one.
To be fair, look, like Celestine is kind of like she's a different tier of living saint.
To the people asking, what book did Khan kill Celestine? Shroud of Night.
Yeah, and as I say, it's one of those things, and it's another example of dun 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 inconsistent power levels. And but other people are asking, did the McCrag's turn up? I'm pretty sure we've got the McCrag's back, don't we?
Yeah,
Gilliman's flagship, that's back.
somehow.
Yeah, some fucking hell.
Disappears and comes back 10,000 years later.
Oh, just in a
marriage.
warehouse somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, they just
Yeah.
forgot where they left the receipt for it.
It's awkward, really.
It was in the warp chasing Corfair and then got lost.
Then turned up in Jagatai's bike shed or something.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Jagatai's been missing for a while. Has anyone just bothered to check behind the bike shed?
Oh, he's just sitting behind there. He said, "Oh, someone said they'd meet me 10,000 years ago, and they just never showed up. But I thought it would be rude to leave."
He just just when they find him, he just hops on his bike and says, "Hey, do you want to see me ride to that mountain and back? Do you want me to see me do it again?"
Do you want to see me do a sick wheelie? I've got this thing on my wheel, so it clicks when it goes round. It's
Oh,
so
it is-
good.
He just
got
wheelies
lights.
with Demon Prince and crushes it. It just turns out to be Voldorius or something, and he's like,
I
"Yeah,
just-
fucking dead."
I just want him to actually have like power armor with Heelys.
power armor with Heelys.
Look like little
Yeah.
motorbikes.
Yeah. So he gets off the bike and then he's just like Heelying everywhere, and it's like, dang, that's a cool dude.
To get him to actually like go to a meeting and stay still, they have to put him on a treadmill.
On his Heelys.
You see, you say that, and I'm just imagining him sitting there, like when everyone's trying to talk to him, they're saying, "Can you please stop messing with those fidget spinners?"
It's like,
He's
what?
like, "You can't fucking stop me."
He's just
No,
like
no,
flinging them about.
His chair just circles around the table constantly.
God.
Oh no,
If
we got a.
Screwtack ever did a death battle with 40k, who would you want to see against who?
I would like to see the channel shut down.
Whoa!
I actually like Screw Attack.
No, I mean, well,
Okay.
specifically Death Battle because it's kind of dumb. But
You're kind of
yeah,
dumb.
Yeah, I agree.
I've kind of thought about this with like 40k and Death Battle, and like, here's the thing. One I kind of think I would expect them to do is like a Jedi versus a librarian, but at the same time, I think they'd probably give that victory to the Jedi.
No, they would give it to the
No,
librarian.
And that's not necessarily because it would be the right answer, because remember, this is Screw Attack.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, they did Starscream versus Rainbow Dash and had the fucking pony beat a Transformer.
They
but you don't
had...
understand. You can travel the speed of a rainbow, which
Okay,
is
so
gay.
So here's the thing about Death Battle is that not only does it use really flawed physics to do its fucking like excuses for things, but they also have really, really, really lopsided battles like Luke Skywalker versus Harry Potter.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
The only one of that series I've ever seen is the like a friend of ours showed us the Gamera versus Godzilla one, and by the end of it, I was just sitting there seething, going, "But they got so much wrong."
Yeah.
You see, the one that defines it for me is Master Chief versus Doom guy. And here's the thing: I love Halo, right? I've read the books. I love that whole thing. Master Chief would not win against Doom guy.
Doom guy is he is the avatar of all things badass and rage.
Doom guy is
the master of mankind.
He is literally like Doom, like the latest Doom game, Doom 4, just Doom on its own because apparently we don't know how to name things anymore.
Yeah.
All the demons you fight are fucking terrified of you.
There are literally demon legends about how terrifying you are.
The demons tell their little demon babies about the big scary Doomslayer because you're fucking the worst.
But actually, during our research of the Halo series, we found out that the grunts run away from Master Chief. That's definitely proof that they'd be more scared of Master Chief.
But here's the thing about Doom Guy, is that Doom is not even the first time Doom Guy has gone to hell. Yeah. He dies in Doom 1, goes to hell, and kills his way out of hell.
I will get to the super chat question in just a second. I just want to say this. Goku, regardless, would still lose to Superman.
Well, yeah, because Superman's fucking Superman.
It's not as bad as that Watch Mojo about top 10 40k games with the laser cannon.
It still would be pronounced laser cannon.
It just fires Chris.
That physically hurts me.
What, you don't like the laser guns?
Lays.
I mean, just think about it.
I like the chips. I don't like the guns.
I mean, that would explain.
That joke will make no sense to British people, by the way.
Okay, chips, crisps, same thing.
No, is that Lays is called Walkers in England?
Oh,
what the fuck? You call them zombies? That's awesome.
Yeah,
because of
it's just Walker's Crisps over here.
Jesus Christ, you guys eat zombies. That's fucking rad.
In fairness, it's not as weird as the Australians having an ice cream called Golden Gay Time.
Okay. I will not listen here to you talking shit about Golden Gay Time because it is really hard to have a Golden Gay Time on your own.
We have fun here.
Alexis, stop
Golden
saying
Gay
it
Time's
that way.
amazing.
It hurts
They're
my
really
soul.
old.
Never.
They use the old term.
Should I do that super chat question, Alexis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen with the Damned Legion of the Damned? Will they slowly become more Primarchs than Standard? No. Could the belief of the Imperial cult lead to the rebellion as Guilliman tries to lead it? No. Guilliman, towards the end of Dark Imperium, is questioning if the Emperor is a god at all.
Yeah,
at the end of Dark Imperium, Guilliman, he is not happy with his dad, because his dad is an asshole. But he also realizes that he needs to work with the Imperial cult because they're too powerful and ingrained to...
And keeping everyone together.
To basically fuck with them overly much.
Guys, we should kill the Imperial cult. Sees two hot fucking Sisters of Battle walking by. You know what, on second thought...
I'm okay with this.
Alright, wait, whoa. Hear me out now. I could see that,
I don't think Guilliman has a sex drive, honestly.
I think Guilliman has a dick.
He's
I think
got
it's just that
bonus
golden sword of his. I think that's it.
It's like theoretical. They're hot. I should smash. Practical. I'm impotent.
Actually, it's never stated that the Primarchs themselves are impotent. And I mean, Felgrim exists, so...
I have seen
Fulgrim
suggesting otherwise.
I have drawn much fan art suggesting otherwise.
What?
Talking about...
Sorry, you spoke. We listen.
Fucking...
Probably a thing.
No, dear.
I mean, listen's a strong word.
I want to know why Space Marine sex is such a hot topic.
Oh god,
Okay,
and now they're
you know what?
shipping in the chat again.
Look,
For fuck's
alright.
sake.
Space Marines are hot, so...
Well, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
they're fucking giant, muscular, sweaty men. It's great. I mean, imagine what they can do to you. I mean, that dude could lift you up against the wall with one finger.
Isn't there one of the remembrances from one of the early heresy books sees Loken naked, and she just kind of inwardly sighs and goes, "What a shame."
But Loken himself is like, "What are you doing?"
It's like he's Death God. What do you expect?
Just out of context, it's like she just looked down, see the size of the dick, and be like, "What a shame."
That's why he was playing dumb. He was like, no, there's heresy
No, but
about.
there's two things that make the fanboys of 40K like go batshit crazy immediately: Space Marine sex
And female Space
Marines.
In fairness, fucking Fabulous Bill is like, why didn't the Emperor make girl Space Marines too?
Hey, look, I made a female Space Marine. This is awesome. I actually have that exact quote where he's telling that to the female Marine he made.
I know, fucking Remlay's made me voice it.
It's terrific. It's just like, hey, Reblaze, you better give me credit for that. I found that.
It's
and
like,
by
hey,
I found that, I
Fabulous
mean Vicky found it for him.
In fairness, I've got the book, so...
It's
well,
hey,
you can
Fabulous
eat a
Bill's a
dick.
crazy person, but he brings up a good point of, like, why wouldn't the Emperor just give it to, like, the ability to do it to every human?
Well, that's because
You
the Emperor
double your
thinks girls are
manpower.
icky.
Even Malkador thought it was a good idea.
It's like, you double your manpower.
Yeah. And in all fairness, like, everybody who's like, oh, the organ transplant, it needs to be based on genetics. It's like, no, you fucking idiot. Arch, you're wrong. Sorry, you have no fucking idea what you're talking about when it comes to biology. You just need the
also let
correct
us-
blood type.
Also, like, science fiction bullshit mixed with magic.
Yeah.
There
Yeah,
we go. Fixed. Everything's solved. Now we can get female Space Marines, and it's amazing.
It's like, it doesn't
science
actually
fiction. I don't have to
matter.
explain shit.
It doesn't actually matter if the science behind it is like works, because I don't know how to tell everyone this, but Warhammer 40,000 isn't real.
Neither are you.
Holy shit, okay.
Man, don't you want to be called a bunch of feminist cucks just because it's like, hey, female Space Marines might be possible? Isn't it a great world that we live in, guys?
Yeah, I
Don't
know,
you
right?
want to vote for Giant Meteor 2020 like I do?
I like Call of Duty.
It seems
Which
aimed at
Call of
Arch
Duty?
again.
I mean, like, World at War was pretty good.
Thank you, Thunder Psyker.
Thunder, when you make
That's
your
my
lunchtime too.
contribution to the conversation of gender politics.
Yeah, you know they put female soldiers in Call of Duty, right?
Okay, you know what? I'm just going to say this right now. Let's all just move on, because this does
Please
not.
do.
This does
Think
not
I
end
care
well.
about
This-
alienating the weird part of your audience that thinks girls are icky?
So, Thunder, when you're making lunchtime too.
Oh, I mean, you say that, but I've got big plans for lunchtime too.
Hey, Thunder
I'm gonna-
Psyker, where's Dawn of War 2?
Hey, Michael, where's my intro?
It's been a year!
At
It
the
has
beginning
been a
of the
year,
video,
and
where
it's-
it always is.
It's actually getting really close to being done now, which is nice.
Hooray.
So conglomerations. Okay, we got a donated question.
Why do you hate Arch so
pressing
much?
Something heavy. Yeah,
Oh dear.
Alexis can answer this one.
I'm gonna
Go into my Discord. I'll explain it to you.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna save my own
probably
bacon
not
and
to
just
do it.
say that I don't. But that just to be like, no, I'm not gonna be the.
What's the question, Thunder Psyker?
The question was just why do you hate Arc Warhammer? And I was like, I don't necessarily myself.
Are the
Question is,
enhancements
what's
given to the
with
Sisters of Silence carried on to their children? As this could be a way of obtaining a steady supply of initiates. No, they're not.
Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Blank genetics is basically random chance.
Well, no,
As
I
far
don't
as I'm
think
aware.
they mean the blank genetics. They just say the enhancements.
Yeah, but by the same token, even if the enhancements did carry over, they still need to be blank, so it couldn't
I mean-
work anyway.
Well, I mean,
There's
physical
also, like-
augmentation is possibly a thing, and genetic augmentation is also a thing that the Imperium could do. But
Yeah, but they don't. But blank genetics, I don't think they've ever been able to isolate the pariah gene.
no.
pretty much.
It's not about
They
that gene
technically
itself.
have, in a way, because they've been able to falsely replicate it for Calexis assassins.
I thought Alexis was still all natural blanks.
Most of them are, but they have found a way to replicate it. I recall. I need to double check the source on that though.
I didn't
I
see it
could
when
be
I was
wrong
doing my.
either.
I didn't see it when I was doing my Assassinorum lore, but I'm not going to say you're wrong.
I'll double check it though. I could be wrong.
Okay, grand.
I'll answer the donator question because I'm not involved with this, and I can say whatever the fuck I want.
I think
Arch Warhammer is an obnoxious prick. There you go.
Yeah.
Adeptus Podcastus Cards Against Humanity 40k edition.
What the fuck would that even be?
I'm not actually
just
a
be
fan
us
of Cards
playing-
Against Humanity anymore. I've played it
I
too
find-
much, it's lost its nostalgia.
I've played it only a few times. I got the worst/best Cards Against Humanity draw that I think I've ever seen. We were playing, and it was I think the white card, no, the black card was. They said it was impossible. They said we couldn't put blank into blank. They were wrong, and I got the Jews and Auschwitz.
God damn!
Fuck.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
very nice.
Michael!
And I was like, oh,
God damn, dude.
I
All the
literally
shit that I come out with.
Wow!
I put the two cards. I was like, I'm so sorry. I know I've won this round automatically. Just burn your cards. I'm so sorry.
I would have done it. I would have done it.
Well, yes.
If you
want to
bring the
If
if you want to bring the spice back to Cards Against Humanity, I found what you need to do is to play with people that have never encountered that kind of human before. So we played it with my mum once.
Oh god.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say alternatively, you could always just play Quiplash or Say Anything, and you can
And
pretty
the chat
much
has
do.
Yeah.
the chat has now caught up to my statement and is just going, oh damn.
Fucking, I don't know. Playing Cards Against Humanity with the people I used to play with, Thunder knows what I'm talking about, was a miserable experience, since you would only win if you fucking appealed to shitty old memes, essentially, and in jokes.
Well, I wouldn't say like not everyone in that circle. Like I've got quite fond memories of playing Cards
Do
Against
you know
Humanity
how
with
many
those guys.
times I lost a fucking round just because someone had the goblin card and people were just like, good goblins!
Okay, good point. But I also did find goblins funny, so I was part of the problem. Anyway. Oh jeez, I've still got a ton of fucking screen caps of those Cards Against Humanity games. Fucking hell.
I just hate that fucking shit where it's just like, oh, you'll win if you fucking do the dang funny meme.
Yeah.
You made a reference.
That's
People
actually-
remember it.
That's actually why I ban memes in my freaking Discord, like old memes.
Oh yeah.
Like I just flat out remove them. I'm just like, this isn't funny. Stop it.
You and I would get along famously if we
You should
interacted more.
get into my Discord. It's fucking strict as shit.
A lot of people in that chat, if they post memes, would make me want to kill them.
Hey, look, it's that boy. That's a meme.
Why is
I hope
that
you
a
die.
meme?
You can't see this, but I'm dabbing.
It's not even the fucking frog. You're just pointing at a child that's just
No,
in
I
the street.
was actually pointing at my to-do list. God, you don't know me. You don't know my life.
I hope you die.
Same.
Oh no. People care for you or
Okay.
something. I don't know.
What are you supposed to...
I don't know your life.
Oh wait, no. The internet exists, so I can't go anywhere.
What?
The internet exists, so I can't die.
Oh, you mean that's the
It
only
gives
thing worth
you
living for anymore?
immortality.
Yeah, the internet will give me immortality.
And the only
Well,
record of your
technically-
existence will be you eating Battenberg.
Oh my god, Remlays, mate. I need to meet up with you so I can punch you.
Kinky.
You know what? I'm tempted. The next time we have a chance, I'm going to put in a video somewhere a Battenberg just obstinately not being eaten.
Look,
Yeah.
fucking, I will solve this problem. I will go to Britain. I will fucking go to Thundercyker. Lunchtime 2 will be me eating 3 cartons of Battenberg.
Okay, and when your
You'll
eyes
be
start
dead by
bleeding
dinner.
and the sky starts pouring with like blood, then you'll be like, "Shit, Snipe was onto something there."
No, I
No.
fucking won't. I'll
You
fucking
fucking will. I'm
jerk
telling
off
you
to that
now.
shit.
Oh my goodness, I'm telling you right now.
You see, you say that, but you give me a great idea for lunchtime, which is now
Swear to God,
Battenberg
you say
made with
Battenberg.
Mountain Dew.
Oh. What is
You're
wrong
gonna
with
do
you?
Doritos.
I can't believe the podcast is over. Forever. It's just been ruined.
I thought Michael's card.
Yeah, I thought Michael ruined it.
Ended it, but
Yeah, no, Michael, no, that was fine. Oh my god.
And this is the way the podcast ends, not with a bang, but with the do.
With
I thought you were just
Oh dear.
fucking.
I've got a thirst for dew.
We have fun in this podcast.
Fine.
This is my second time on it.
Yeah,
It's certainly unique.
definitely.
No, it is.
This is an extreme thirst. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go get some Mountain Dew.
Oh, Mountain Dew's gross, though, and the only Mountain Dew you can really get in the UK is like that weird energy drink kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's.
It glows in the dark.
It's not even Mountain Dew. It's just.
It's hill sweat.
Then again, I've drank actual Mountain Dew and it tastes like liquid jelly babies.
Hang on, we got a super chat question.
Okay.
Can a machine spirit take control of its own weapon systems and go on a rampage? Yes, it can.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the
That's
chat
like-
responds appropriately.
Steak, so they're happy with you.
Oh,
Well,
so
because
get this. Fucking the machine spirit itself is just a neuron. Like it's literally like pieces of a brain put into things that just have little electrical impulses.
What's like the biggest story about that is the Lamb Raider, the Crimson Fist one, that just went on a fucking rampage for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the one that like held an entire like battlefield for like over an hour on its own.
It just didn't give a fuck. It just went out and did it.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's a little
the
tiny
thing-
piece of brain that's kept inside all of the vehicles and all of the armaments of all of the everything that the Imperium uses.
Yeah, and that neuron is fucking angry.
Yo, that is pretty beast though when you think about it. Like, I think my lasgun will work. Damn right I'm gonna work. Oh, okay, thank you, lasgun. Pew. Or that one book where the tech priest is talking to the Titan, and the Titan's like, "Nah, I'm good. You're getting blown up. Nah, I'm good." Pew. And then it's just like, Titan, seriously, and he's just like, okay, check it. I have awesome weapon systems that you didn't even know of.
That wasn't a Titan. That was the Arc Mechanicus, the Speranza in Priests of Mars.
Yeah, whatever.
I think. But actually, a machine spirit isn't actually that all powerful because orc willpower overrules machine spirit every time. Because
well, that's because they're orcs.
And orc willpower overpowers a lot of things, including the laws of physics. So
take your point.
Yeah. Last one. How many more millennia till Plastic Sisters? Apparently, and this was at Nova, somebody actually showed the schedule to Games Workshop, and it showed the Plastic Sisters on it as one of their release schedules. And they asked about it.
And how many times has that been said before?
No, this guy actually showed it to Games Workshop and was like, release this. But
showed it to them. No, that just says, oh, we want you to do this. That doesn't mean shit.
No, that was what they had in order and everything. It even had the Emperor of Mankind, and it had the Mortarion on it and all of the Death Guard stuff prior to the release and the announcement.
Yeah, but you said show 2, as in that someone else that wasn't going. Never mind.
It was during a press conference with Games Workshop that a guy showed it to them and just said, "Make this a thing, like confirm that this is real."
Well, what did he do?
Okay, I hate to be devil's advocate, but anyone can make a leak.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I was going to say
really,
that list proves nothing.
I really want if they do make Plastic Sisters a battle, I'm literally gonna dump $500 easy.
I think
Sisters are overrated. Go fuck
people.
yourself. I went 6-0 at Nova. Sisters are not overrated. They are very good.
No, they're perfect. They're wonderful. They just need good models.
I actually like their metal models.
You need affordable models more likely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I'll agree with. Okay, I think that is a good point to stop this podcast.
No!
It's not really a podcast at this point. It's like a screaming train of fuck.
It's group therapy, I believe.
We all found out something about each other this
We
day.
all found out something
I
about
think
Michael.
Nothing good.
We found out about Battenberg. I mean, we already knew, but...
We already knew it was the devil, but...
I didn't fucking know why you hated it so much. The fucking unmitigated hatred for a pastry is still the most confusing.
Okay, don't call it a pastry. You are starting me off again. Oh my goodness.
And now you're just throwing pastries under the bus, and I will not stand for this.
No.
Okay, well, before we wrap up, if you haven't already got through it, does anyone have a rant they wish to add?
Yeah, I want to rant about something.
If it's about
It's not
Battenberg, just
Battenberg.
shut the fuck up.
It's about Battenberg.
There's this cake that isn't called Battenberg. It's Cat and House.
Turd.
Cat and Turd. Which is what Battenberg tastes like, coincidentally.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah, I guess I don't have anything apart from Battenberg to complain about.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have anything to add because, well, I've kind of been preoccupied with moving to France. So, actually, no, I do have a little something. Actually, I'll bring this up. Someone actually mentioned this in the questions, and I meant to bring it up in the questions, and I didn't. Games Workshop's pricing outside of the UK is not good. Like, how much is more tiring in England? Someone who's back in England actually check the UK website. It's like 85. Yeah, 85 quid. Yeah, he's 100. He's 110 euro.
All right. I actually do have a counterpoint to this, Michael. Mortarion isn't meant for the casual consumer. Mortarion is
I'm not talking
meant...
about his price. I'm not talking about his price. I'm talking about the exchange rate between
Price differences.
UK and elsewhere. So in Australia,
I mean, he's 140 here, and Australia's always been fucked on prices for everything.
Australia is completely fucked with literally,
Like
games and everything. Prices are completely bastard.
But like, I've bought 3 units of Stormcast, and I've dropped 135 euros. And I mean, in the UK, I think I'd have dropped 90 quid. Maybe 100. So it is steep. Like when I'm going to get Blight War, I'm absolutely going to wait until I go home, buy it, and then get it out.
But wait, isn't like 100? Hold on a second. I'm going to check the exchange rate of that number. 110 euros, right?
Well, I've dropped. I haven't got them here, but it was 50. I spent about 130 euros out here on 3 units. Vanguard Hunters, Paladins, and the Lord Aquilor. I'm going to go and try and check how much they are.
130 euros would be just under 115 pounds.
Today's exchange rate, yeah, but the exchange rate right now is a pile of shit.
Yeah. Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if you look at what the actual exchange rate they're working with is, let's go to Stormcast Eternals. Hang on. Paladins 35 plus where the frick is the next thing?
Exchange rates. That's what everyone tunes into podcasts for.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
70, 50. Where the hell's the Lord Aquilor?
So let me tell you
25.
about the economy.
Yeah, 97. Yeah, it's 100 to the exchange rate is about 1.3, which is if you're not in the UK, it does kind of hurt.
It's 140 here, so it's really not that bad. It's based on shipping costs, their suppliers, where they have to make it. And
because all the boxes are in English.
To be honest, this model, like Mortarion in particular, he's not meant for the casual consumer. He's meant as a tournament piece. He's meant to be expensive. Kind of like how Magic the Gathering makes certain cards that they know are going to be expensive.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with like Mortarion's price being like 80 quid. The price isn't the problem. I'm just looking at the exchange rate, which is quite painful.
Yeah.
Like, because I've also noticed all the boxes, and this caught me out, it shouldn't have done, but it does. All the boxes are still the English boxes. So it says on the box, it says Stormcast Eternals, Paladins, not the translation. Even the instruction manual, the first set of the manual, the War Scrolls, is in English. They are still shipped out from the UK or wherever they're manufactured. It's one box fits all. They don't have boxes catered by language. I just found that weird.
Yeah.
If I'm daddy, who wants to be mommy?
Me. Gibbs.
Yeah.
Can we all be mommy?
That's polyamorous, young man.
Well, you guys can all be mummy and I'll be daddy.
I'm okay
But I'm
with
daddy
this.
already.
Talk to me, daddy.
I will fight you to the death for the title of daddy.
Okay,
We'll have to
fucking
have
link your OCLing mine. We'll see who can win a fucking
Oh,
arm
yeah?
wrestling match.
We'll have to have a
Teleports
fucking daddy
behind
battle
you.
royale.
I'm doing
Warp
memes.
time. Fucking arm wrestle with this. Look at this gun show.
That doesn't play well for someone who can't see you.
Dump us
Oh,
all into
that's
like a
pretty
fucking
good.
Hunger Games simulator, and then we'll all fight for who gets to be daddy.
No. I'm gonna be daddy.
I'm gonna be daddy.
That's
No,
what.
no.
Okay, if you're that.
Look, I
confident in
didn't
winning
fucking
it.
want to be daddy before, but now someone's
Michael,
fucking
I
challenging
think you
me.
need to read this.
Fucking dethrone you.
No.
Not
Michael,
for much
read
longer.
this.
You're
read
in
this.
charge. You're in charge.
Michael, you got this. Read this. Just read
Nope.
this. All right,
Nope.
everybody else read
Hi,
it at
I'm
least.
EgoqueenAlexis. Love me, I know you do. Get it to chat.
It says get to it, but yeah.
I'll fucking read it.
Yeah, you'll read it while eating Battenberg, you sicko.
I will fucking eat Battenberg because I'm not a big pussy.
Because I'd rather eat broken glass because it honestly would taste better.
I mean,
It's
like,
a fucking cake.
I'm daddy
That
glass
cake
eater. and I
is a
can't-
lie. That meme.
I
And on
like
that
how
note,
aggravating this is to other people. Incredibly amusing.
That's why I'm doing it. I swear.
All right, are we good? Are we
Pick
good?
I'm
up
good.
fresh cannon. Go home.
I'll never be good until I'm freed of my sins.
I free
Daddy
you
will
of your
help absolve you.
sins. I'm a
Give me
priest.
Thundercypher and sit upon Daddy's lap, and I will expunge you of all your sins.
Wait, I
On my
thought
lap,
she was
that's
daddy.
I just realised Commissar Yarrick is missing some teeth.
Okay.
He's been in quite a few fights. I can imagine he would be.
Maybe he was running really fast and bugs flew at him and got stuck between his teeth, and so it looks like he's missing teeth, but he's not actually missing teeth.
Or maybe the bugs were going so fast they knock his teeth out.
That's another possibility.
Oh yeah, they're bugs on
So
cactus,
fast
so
they make
take fucking
Jesus
place
slice.
Jesus, guys.
Someone just asked, are you actually this stupid or are you doing this for a show? Hey man. I'm always this stupid.
You can suck my dick.
God damn it.
I'm glad this is
And on
going up
that
on my
not
channel.
so surprising bombshell,
On that bouncing bombshell.
On Daddy's lap.
On my lap, because I'm daddy.
I'm okay
I'm
with
Quit
this.
this.
I didn't even want to be daddy before, but now someone's challenging me for it.
fucking Jesus Christ.
I believe someone's
Anyway,
trying to
anyway. We're going to end this. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for another episode of Adeptus Podcastus, where we went completely mental over cake.
Yes, and thank you very much for all of your support over the past year with the podcast. It has been brilliant to be interacting with all you guys through the questions and all the other BS that goes down in the comments and in the chat. Yes, we've been reading it. Yes, it's bullshit down there. Well done to the mods for having any control at all.
Holy shit.
So, yes, thank you for everything with the Adeptus Podcast. It's been great, and I'm sure it will continue, though I doubt it will be quite this chaotic in the near future. And will we stream it again?
Yeah,
You'll
every
have
time
to
it
show
probably
me
gets
at
to
some
my
point.
channel. If you guys want this to be streamed, it can only be streamed on my channel because my other two co-hosts don't have a good fucking computer for some
And to be
reason.
fair, I've actually just changed over my streaming program, and I think if I could configure how to actually use OBS properly, I might be able to do it. But I wouldn't want to do it for a podcast episode unless I'd done another stream where I use Skype as well. Anyway, so I wouldn't want to test it.
So whenever it gets back to my channel again, I think that I do want to live stream this again. This was a lot of fun.
Indeed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and for those who have either come in late or are wondering when this is going to be out so you can bask in the bullshit all over again, the VOD will be out at the normal podcast release time of Wednesday, 7 a.m. UK time.
Unless I forget.
Unless Alexis forgets, because, well, that's why
She'll
it's
forget.
scheduled exists.
It'll probably just go up immediately. I'm not
The
gonna lie.
schedule feature. The schedule feature.
What's
I
a
use it-
schedule? You mean a schedule?
No, I'm pretty sure
Look,
it's
they
scheduled.
pronounce.
Get schedule.
Look, it's okay, Alexis. They pronounce Z as Z.
They also
Yes,
say
that-
aluminium instead of aluminum.
you fucking wanker.
You fucking what?
Look,
You
Thundercypher.
mate. I'll
look,
fucking
look,
bung you, dog.
look,
I'll fucking
Thundercypher. If you
laugh,
don't stop
will
this
ya?
shit, you're gonna have to get your uniform on because I'm gonna school you, bitch.
Anyway, guys,
Very
thank you for
kinky.
joining
I'm out
us.
of
I love
school.
you guys. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.